unlike your degenerate fantasies, Lupine.
Anyway, so
My
let's
fantasies are
get
anything
started
but
for the night.
degenerate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sneaky's told
That
some
is-
stories.
He has?
Wait,
Yeah.
what stories have I told?
Fantasies.
What?
Apparently, you've been telling stories about my fantasies.
I have no
Okay,
idea what
That
you're
was
talking
a
about.
joke. Jesus God
Yeah.
in heaven.
Yeah, I'm
Welcome
sorry.
to our
but-
D&D.
Yeah, you're kind of just going over
Yeah.
your head on this one. So
D&D,
anyway,
mm.
hello, internet. Let's get started. I'm your host, fucking Sneaky Devil, and this is Fanfiction Contempt Theater episode 44. We got Lupine Horror in here tonight. Yes, I've wrangled him in again. So we're gonna read Harry
Indeed.
Potter stories.
Ah, yes. The torture.
Because
It
Lupine
continues.
Horror can, hands down, be held responsible for at least everything past 2012.
What? No. No!
2013.
No,
I think
no,
that was
no,
More
you,
appropriate.
you solidly can be held responsible, just like Gabriel Blessing can be held responsible for a majority of the Sekirei section. You can be held responsible for a majority of the modern Harry Potter section.
Really?
I mean, if not just Harry Potter, then at least Harry Potter crossovers.
Yeah, you and Methods of Rationality basically are the defining two stories of this section.
Yeah.
That's not a good title to hold.
The
Mystery
Inquisition
Loves
is here to
Company.
ask you how you plead.
Guilty. No. Innocent. No.
A plea of
So,
innocence
this
is
is-
guilty only of wasting our time.
This is Harry Potter and the Last Chance.
Oh lord.
Which,
a
just a side note, that
response
has... Oh God.
To a challenge.
Oh,
no.
God.
God,
no.
no. Those are never good.
Harry has died
the
for the
point.
12th time, and his Reaper sends him back for one last chance at completing his assigned destiny. Find extra deleted scenes on my author page.
Holy shit. Imagine being so bad you die 13 times.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
right?
bro.
If they sent
Come
him
on.
back, like, more than once, surely someone must realize that something is going wrong.
You would think that, yeah.
Yeah.
30 chapters, a Harry Hermione story, adventure romance, 195,000 words.
Hermione stories.
7,000 favorites, 3,000 follows. It was updated between April 30th, 2016 and November 23rd, 2016. So quite a
And I've just
significant
finished
amount
my
of
pint
words.
in the last 3 minutes. I need a new one.
No problem.
Oh, you're gonna need
Harry-
more than one.
The challenge is as
Yeah.
follows. Harry is killed at 17 during his fight with Voldemort. He is sent to Death's office, which will be explained later, and he finds out this is not the first time. Harry's death, who can have a human name, is mad that he showed up again. Apparently, people dying before their time is a black mark on death records. And Harry is getting perilously close to getting fired. When Harry...
Wait, fired?
Yes.
Just fired from life.
Just fire death. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Fuck you,
Look,
you're fired.
Look, dude, you've got to stop dying, okay? There's this dude. There's
Called
these freaks
Super
over in
Death?
Japan who are trying to get reincarnated, and they are tanking my record. You are killing me.
They are taking my...
Oh god, so this person doesn't want to get fired, so someone like fucking Aqua from Konosuba doesn't take the place.
You know what,
Do you
that's fair.
people know
I
who's next
have
in line
met
for
my
this job?
replacement.
No, Sneaky,
do
do
not
you know who my
want her.
replacement is? Do you know who my replacement is? It's Obama.
I
That's
don't.
my replacement.
Thanks, Obama.
God damn it, Obama.
Can't
He's
have
done it
nothing
again.
good. When Harry asks what was supposed to have happened, Death goes on a rant saying how he's supposed to kill Voldemort, fuck Hermione Granger, and live to 100.
I've got a question. Why didn't that happen?
Probably
If Harry is completely
something-
unaware of this, if he has absolutely no
Yeah.
ability to know these things
Yeah.
or have any sort of personal input on this,
Yeah.
how the fuck is he supposed to make it happen? I mean, he's died
You
12,
know,
was it
fate.
12 times. You should
Yeah.
think,
He should have just
Okay.
rolled better.
Yeah, bro. Get good.
Just get better dice, you know?
Yeah, come on, bro. Weight those
like-
dice.
Gotta weigh the
Either
dice.
destiny is predetermined, in which case this shouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
or destiny isn't predetermined. So what the fuck is the point of saying it's predetermined if it didn't actually happen?
Well, hold on, Lupine. You're thinking like at least 5 steps higher than this author's mental capacity.
True.
Okay, hold on. Look, I happen to have taken several years of theology classes, so I am in fact in a position to explain to you both predestination and free will.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh shit, I didn't think anybody would take me up on that. I assumed you would all laugh me out of the room.
Well, no,
Nope.
We're all mentally laughing at you, but we're willing to hear
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I'm
Go on.
drinking. Don't worry, I'm
Make a
pouring
fool of
some
yourself.
vodka out as I'm saying this.
The short answer is shut up and stop asking questions. Really,
I
that was
see.
about the
I
sum.
pretty much
That was
expected that.
that was
Yeah.
about the sum of it.
See, I also took theology
But
classes,
the
and at the end of my theology class, we had to do a report on a religion, and I apparently understood the class so successfully that I was able to fully argue that a radio station is a church, and the radio station itself, like the building, the building is the church, and the radio station is a mass,
Preaching.
and
I mean,
the music genre is the religion. And I got an A on that because the teacher was like, I literally can't refute you on anything that you've
Okay,
said.
like, all you've got to
Well,
do for something like that
yeah,
is look up
he's-
the literal definition of something and then just bend something into place.
yeah.
You
Listen,
could literally, I mean, there's like, you could literally say anything for that depending on the literal definitions.
Yes. No,
like,
I'm aware.
Imagine that.
listen.
We
listen.
could be a religion.
There are enough people who are obsessed with Star Trek that I can label that a cult.
We can,
Same
we
thing
can
for
make a
Star
religion out of
Wars.
this.
we can make a religion
no,
out of
don't.
this.
Wasn't there on a census years
No,
and
don't.
years ago that so many people put Jedi as their religion of preference or something, so it's legitimately considered a religion?
Yes. And
Yeah,
I'm just
like
saying, we can make a
Australia or
religion
something.
out of this podcast. You know?
Do you have a big
I
enough
don't think we
following?
have nearly
What is
enough
the li-
people
what
for
is
that.
the like literal
They're
definition?
Yeah,
most
I think
cult.
I think it's 20 people that we need.
Hmm.
We can
I mean, we
say
could get that.
An organized system of beliefs, ceremonies, and rules used to worship a god or a group of gods, informal, an interest, a belief, or an activity that is very important to a person or group.
Yeah.
Okay.
The god of
I mean, I
fanfiction.
wouldn't call this
let's
very
go.
important, but yeah, here we are.
And of course, to satisfy any of the Christian denominations in our group, we'll put God first and worship him before we say any prayers to the god of fanfiction. Quite easy.
That is
I mean,
acceptable.
the god of fanfiction is just
Isn't in the
Satan.
Ten Commandments of Christianity, thou shalt not worship a false idol? So
No,
you shall
it's
worship
actually
no
no
other
gods.
Actually, it's
Or I
thou
am a
shalt
jealous
have no other
god.
gods before me.
Yeah, so
that what it
as
is?
long as you say your prayers to the Father before,
Ten Commandments.
please don't, Max says.
yeah, first commandment, do not have any other gods.
No, see, that's the
that's
modern
not
translation.
the original translation.
Yeah, that's the modern
Original
translation.
Original translation.
I actually went to a Lutheran, and a Protestant, and a Catholic priest, and I asked them
Catholics-
all.
The Catholics are not priests; they're heretics, every single one of them.
Tell that to Nexus.
I
The
have.
exact translations of the
Yeah,
Ten
fair enough.
Commandment.
I mean, all right. First of all, that statement in and of itself is a fallacy. You can't have an exact translation.
Yeah,
It's the
obviously,
exact
because of the language
translation. Oh,
problem.
how do you know? Well, I speak Hebrew. I see.
Oh, yes. Ancient Hebrew.
Ancient Hebrew indeed. Shalom.
Shalom,
Worship
William.
only Yahweh, whose other name we learn is jealous. Take the hint. So basically, yeah, he is a jealous god. Worship none but him. Don't make idols. Celebrate the Pita Bread Festival. Every firstborn belongs.
Look, man,
to
God
Yahweh,
really loved his
including
bread, okay?
humans.
I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Wait. Every firstborn belongs to Yahweh, including humans. What about like the second and third kid?
They don't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Yeah,
fuck
no,
them.
fuck them.
Okay, no. So listen. This is the opposite of Loth in D&D. Loth is like every third male kid, mine. You sacrifice them to me.
Mhm.
God is like the firstborn's mine. He wants the good stuff.
He wants
No,
to
he just
slurp
wants the
them
oldest.
babies. The baby.
The baby.
Every firstborn
Yo.
belongs to Yahweh,
He
including
turned
humans.
an African American into
Never
a
go to
convertible
church without
vehicle.
an offering. Observe the Sabbath. Celebrate the festivals of weeks and gathering. No yeast in sacrifices.
He loves
Don't
his
see
bread, but
Passover
damn it, if you put
food.
any fucking bacteria in his bread, he'll smite you.
Yeah.
Offer only good fruit to Yahweh. And
Only
don't
good
boil a
fruit.
goat in the milk of its own mother.
wait,
Now, hold on.
wait.
What is that last oddly specific
That's
one?
a that's like that fucking sign on the toilet that says "Don't shit on the toilet seat," and it's like, yeah, wait, hold on a second. I could get every other rule, but what's up with this one? This is
Oh God, no!
What the
oddly
fuck happened here?
specific.
Literally about 2 weeks ago at work, we've got these signs up saying UK bathroom etiquette about not standing on toilets and
Yeah.
not like washing your foot in the
Yeah.
fucking
What?
reservoir thing, and I'm like,
Oh,
who
Indian.
the fuck has been
Is
doing
this a problem?
Yeah, no,
What
no.
kind of animals have you degenerated to?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's less degenerated
They are
and more
British.
imported.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like because a lot of the people on my shift are foreign.
Yes, let's go with that. Let's stay with Twitch safe language.
Yes. Don't boil a goat.
Don't boil a goat in the milk of its mother.
God damn it.
I feel like
Why
I
is
should
that
get a
a
shirt.
page?
Maybe a shirt or a mug that says that. God's
Why
final
did that have
commandment.
to be a thing?
The lost 11th commandment. Don't boil a goat
That's
in
the
its
10th
mother's milk.
commandment. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, do you know when you cook a chicken and then you like put that like sort of egg glaze thing on it?
What?
Is it particularly wrong to use the children of that particular chicken?
Do what, glaze a chicken with its
I
own
mean,
eggs?
based on this, I would assume yes.
Probably, if we're going to go off of the assumption that you shouldn't be killing a parent or a child with the parent or child, I would assume yeah. But it is tasty and a little bit ironic, so I approve.
Yeah.
Now, does this mean that if a Cubone makes another Cubone with its, other parent, like, how wrong is that, right? The parent killing the child with another parent.
I've got a question. Do
Or the child
do
killing-
you know the whole cute Cubone thing where it wears the skull of its mother?
Yeah.
I mean, does that mean that each pairing of whatever can only have the single child?
Yeah.
And if so, how is their population not decreasing?
You
Because
know,
if a pairing
that's
results
a good
in
question.
a
That's a
child,
good
and the
point.
child always ends up wearing the mother's skull,
yeah.
You should ask
and
Professor
the
Oak.
mother's only got one skull,
Mhm.
does that mean they can't have like a second child? So obviously,
I,
like,
I feel like this is a
population can't
situation.
increase.
I feel like this is a situation where the lore was written by a 13-year-old who was feeling.
No,
really
hold
edgy.
on a minute. Dittos exist.
Yeah, but when they get knocked out, they return to splodge form, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
they
I'm
can
saying
still
you can
mate.
circumvent that problem with the dit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They can still
I
reproduce.
I suppose so. I don't
The
really
existence
think.
of Ditto means that there will always be
No.
viable breeding pairs.
Yes, true,
Yeah,
but at the
there's
same
always a
time,
viable
I
breeding
feel like that's
partner.
not exactly true though, because you have to keep in mind that dittos are also extremely rare in the wild, like canonically extremely rare in the wild.
Well, supposedly, yes. Not in the games, but yes.
Yeah, and
In the game, you trip over those things almost as often as you trip over Pokeballs.
Well,
Yeah, there's, like, one
depending
route
on
where
the
you can find
area,
them.
yeah, depending on the area. But they're supposedly extremely rare, and they're also supposedly a lab experiment. So a human-created thing, which means that the
Aren't they like some
Cubone.
sort of genetic ancestor of Pokemons or something? Like
Yeah,
some that is
no.
new?
No, Ditto was a failed experiment to copy Mew.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a predecessor of Mewtwo, in a way.
So because of
So,
that,
yeah.
the Cubone population would have gone extinct if the fact that it wears its mother's skull was true. I think it's just maybe a cultural trend among
But
Cubone
look at it this way.
to wear your mother's
Dittos
skull
can
if she
copy the one
dies.
thing.
I
So
don't
if we
think
have,
it's a
like-
mandatory thing. I think that's taking it a
A
little
fashion
bit too
statement.
literal. Yeah.
Yeah,
like I
they're
say,
kinda
if they are
emo.
wearing the mother's skull, that means one of their mothers must have been, like, was it a Kangaskhan? It's whatever. Keyboard Marowak, whatever.
Marowak, yeah.
Yeah, Marowak. But then the thing with the whole skull thing is, one of them must have that skull, and
Right,
it
but my
always,
point
like,
being
shapeshifting
is that it's
slimes.
entirely possible that the only Cubones that the human population of the world really sees are the Cubones that adventure outside their nests because their mothers are dead, so they wear the skulls. And so all the Cubones that we don't see end up actually not wearing skulls of their mothers because their mothers are still
Yeah,
alive.
because like I have this vague memory of like some alternate theory where, you know, the Kangaskhan's and the babies and stuff like that, where if the Kangaskhan dies and the baby starts wearing its mother's skull, that becomes a Cubone, and then it becomes its own divergent evolutionary line.
I mean, it sounds feasible.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to this fan fiction
maybe.
because I don't know what fucking drugs you are on because that is
Alcohol.
that's a little bit more than alcohol.
Not enough. Not enough alcohol, clearly.
He's British. There's a reason.
So anyway, Harry was really only surprised about the fact that it was his soulmate. Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Death.
The concept of soulmates, if like this is someone you are compatible with.
No,
Distant
your
brothers,
soul is
can
literally
fuck
meant
off.
to fuse with this person.
Okay, no, see, listen. Every soul is like a Tetris block. And there's exactly one that you fit with. There are a couple other
Fucking
shapes that you
jigsaw
might
piece.
kind of cram in there, and it'll sort of work, but it'll never be as good as the one it's
Line
supposed to be in there.
Is this like the whole Zeus thing where humans originally had like 4 arms, 4 legs and stuff? He ripped them in half to make men and women because he was jealous of their perfect bodies.
Look,
That's
the
Greek
Greeks.
mythology.
Look, man.
No,
The Greeks
listen,
literally
listen.
huffed sulfur. You really can't take anything they say.
Yeah.
The Greeks were weird.
The Greeks are Greek. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that too. So anyway, Death gives Harry a
myself a
paper to
drink already.
sign that allows him to
Good.
retain his memories. In all the previous times, he wasn't given this option
Why?
for a
I don't know,
reason.
fuck
It's
you.
Fuck you.
literally written here for reasons.
For reasons.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's literally all that's
Yeah.
written. Harry
Stop
is...
asking questions, puny mortal.
Exactly. Harry is then deposited to a previous time of the writer's choosing. And eventually, Harry gets it right. He kills Voldemort, gets the girl, and then dies of old age. And Death doesn't get fired. Well, I guess that's it. We don't need to read the story now. We know how it ends.
GG. We got him,
Yep,
boys.
that reminds me of the fucking Ainz Al Ghul fucking Fake Grand Order crossover, Fake Grand Foreigner, and that.
That
Oh,
sounds terrible.
stupid AN.
God, that was a fucking shit show. I shit on that author so hard, he blocked me.
God, that was bad.
Based.
I haven't seen something that bad in a long time.
To this day,
That
I am still
blatant-
getting likes, by the way.
That blatant
To this
slap
day.
in the face.
That was wait, hold on a second. 2021. I made that comment back in 2017,
Fuck, that's
2016.
4 years ago.
Yeah, it was just like to this day, like 4 or 5 years ago, to this day, I'm still getting likes on it.
Hmm.
It was
But here's the problem with
bad.
that, Sneaky. That means people are still finding that story.
Oh, I know, because the
That's the thing,
dude's
though,
still updating. He's at like 1 million words now.
Lord.
Yeah, I put a comment on fucking Essence of Silver and Steel, and every now and then I'll go on fucking Space Battles, and like some of my old comments are still getting likes, informative.
Oh yeah, my comment on Silver and Steel's still getting likes. In case
Yeah.
anyone was wondering, my comment was the light at the end of the tunnel shouldn't have been a gun firing.
Yeah, I think mine's on a similar page or something like that, where I think is, please remember the author hasn't actually read the original story. He's bound to get a lot of stuff wrong. This is one of them.
Requirements! Harry must die at least 3 times.
Well, he's already died 12.
Yeah. The
Before
memory
this,
contract must be existing. Death
Well,
must
obviously,
refer to
otherwise what would be the
Hermione
point?
as the Granger girl.
What?
Why?
Okay, why?
Why?
Why
the
is
point?
that a requirement?
Why
Because
that specific vocabulary?
optional requirement. Dumbledore manipulated Harry into dying.
I'm really glad my new alcohol arrives tomorrow.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
yeah.
That's good. That's a good point. I should go order some more Infinity alcohol.
Yeah. Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro.
This story will have relationships.
Between Harry and Hermione, which is part of the fucking challenge. One
Ron will be a
useless
prick.
To be fair to Ron, he is the most accurate to teenager in all of the fucking Harry Potter
I know,
stuff.
right?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
is the most
intend.
normal person there.
Ron's designated normie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Not only is Ron the designated normie, he's the only sane person left in that damn place.
Yeah.
What the wait?
Like remember Hermione? We could have been killed or worse, expelled. I'm like, okay, but if you're
You should have
expelled,
been.
you're not dead.
You know, Stanish does bring up a good point. You didn't look in the Asoif section.
The what section?
The Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh god, no! Please don't.
Let's see. Blah blah
that
blah.
shit should live in the past.
Blah blah. If blah blah blah. If if Harry times Hermione is not your cup of tea, then the back button is above. Please leave.
But
There is also graphic violence in this story. You have been warned.
well, it's like,
Oh no, the text is
Sneaky, if
graphic.
you look at the top of the thing, pretty sure it says that Harry Hermione is the pairing.
Yes, it does.
Like,
No, you missed it a
Harry
little
and
while
Hermione,
ago,
I
Lupine.
think this story is before there was the pairing tag thing with the square brackets.
Unlikely.
Well, it's like,
No,
they're
this was back in
literally right
2016. No, this is way after. Pairing tag was back in 2012.
Oh God, was it that old?
Yeah. So I would like to point out that
well, it is listed as romance, I think, isn't it?
yeah, it's also listed as
Conventional
romance.
Harry Hermione is the main characters.
Awful.
Therefore, you would expect romance between the main characters.
Yeah, you would.
Imagine that.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That sounds like thank and talk, and that is illegal here in
Yeah,
the United States of America.
We don't think here. Only pain. Cheers, lads. What are we dealing with today? A Harry Potter story, indeed. Yes.
Yeah, eternal
Ryan is,
suffering.
yeah. So let's get into the news. Harry woke up
Let's
with
get
his face
right
pressed on a
into the
cold
news.
floor. Something about that seemed wrong.
No, Harry does that all the time. He pooped in a cupboard.
Oh yeah, you know, I just
Well,
wake
to be
up
fair,
on the
he
floor.
he did in fact possess a bed in the cupboard.
Yeah, well, mattress.
It's actually, yeah, I was gonna say, isn't the bed actually described in the early Harry Potter?
Yeah, no, he actually has a mattress. Yeah.
Right, yeah. But it's like it's like the fact that Hermione is now black, yet described as being pale white in like literally, I think. Like
Well, you
one
see, she was
paragraph in
so
the book.
cold that she turned white. You see, that's how skin tones work, according to JK.
The fact is that's
When
not
you're
even written
stealing
like
things,
J.K.
you're
Rowling.
black, and when you're cold, you're white.
Oh, God.
I would like to point out that Hermione Granger is the only character to canonically be involved in every single theft that takes place in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Well,
Didn't
not
Draco
good.
steal something?
at least during the main plot.
Yeah, I'm
There
pretty
are
sure.
some-
Like I say, I think everything apart from one time that Draco stole something.
No,
other theft
Tom
is
Riddle stole some
Hermione.
things as well.
When did Tom
Riddle
Riddle steal
murders
things?
He stole the Hufflepuff
Diadem.
from some fat woman.
Oh
We
no,
see it in a
I'm
flashback.
talking about in the
Oh,
books,
yeah, that
not
Voldemort
in the.
Yeah, no,
lore.
that's in the books.
The,
That's in the books.
The diadem.
Yeah, the diadem as well. He stole a bunch of things.
No, but no, I'm talking about like stuff that actively the main characters were involved in.
Yeah,
not-
I know that's what you meant. That's
Of
why
the
I
main cast,
specified that.
Hermione
Of the
does
main
break
cast,
the
yes.
most rules.
Yeah.
Well,
That is.
it's like in fucking Half-Blood Prince. Was it Half-Blood Prince?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was Order of the Phoenix.
Might have been Half-Blood.
Something
Do you know
like
the one
that.
where there's the fucking Dumbledore's army thing?
Yeah, and she
It's
like straight up.
literally, Harry's like, okay then, me, you, and Ron can learn, practice, whatever, this, that, and the other. Then Hermione just suddenly brings in like these 20, 30 extra people, like Harry, teach these people. And Harry's
Yeah,
like,
well, Harry, let's make an
fuck you
armed
expect me to
militia.
do?
Yeah, like, let's go make an armed militia, and let's make secret code words, and, like, I'm gonna...
Yeah, and let's name this group after the Ministry's biggest fear.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
also another thing that I was really just like, that's the dumbest shit ever. Why the fuck would you call it Dumbledore's
Yeah,
Army?
and then basically when Cho's friend, is it Marietta, I think? Like, literally you're conscripting people who don't want to be there, and you don't think that's going to blow up in your face?
Yeah.
Listen. She's part of Harry Potter's army. I mean Dumbledore's army. She can do what she wants.
Honestly,
yeah,
the
she's the main
saddest thing
character.
is that J.K. Rowling in I don't want to say a recent interview, it was like in 2014 or something. But J.K. Rowling in an interview straight up just flat out admitted that Hermione is her.
Yeah, and Ron's her ex-husband or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just
Even
like...
I
though
guess we know
J.K. Rowling
who's the
shares a
reasonable
birthday
one,
with
don't
Harry
we?
Potter.
Yeah, and it's just like... So, what
Wow.
you're telling me is that you had a self-insert character in your story, and you made her come up with and say the dumbest shit possible, and you're proud
the
of
thing
this?
is, in Harry Potter, everything is fucking solved by Hermione.
Well,
Every fucking
I
thing.
know, but she's also a fucking dipshit.
She really is. It's like literally, in Goblet of Fire, it's like, my god, what is this spell that allows you to breathe underwater? Blah 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 blah. Next book along, fucking Order of the Phoenix, when there's like jungle bombs going off everywhere. It's like second and third years the bubble head charm, so they can have like fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also like the shit is like, oh my god, Harry, I can't believe you would put your name in the cup. It's like, at what point in time has Harry ever actively gone out of his way to seek out trouble?
Yeah, it's like I couldn't understand Ron's jealousy. I mean,
the
there's
closest-
there's this fucking rich kid who everyone loves, who gets away with everything.
Well, no,
And that could be, like, the squad
I'm
that likes
going
to
to
come
caveat
back.
this, obviously. Seek out trouble without saving someone.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say the closest we get to Harry actively seeking out trouble is stuff like there's a
Draco and
troll
half
in the
the friends.
bathroom. Didn't someone go in that bathroom? No. We cleared everyone. No, I'm pretty sure there's someone in there.
No, it's actually worse than that, because it said the troll is in the dungeons, which is actually 3 floors away from the bathroom. So he's completely justified in running to the 3rd floor bathroom and being like,
look at this. Do you know what else is in the below levels?
uh,
There's 2 common rooms down
yeah,
there.
I know, yeah.
Hufflepuff
Yeah.
and Slytherin.
Hmm.
You see, it was Dumbledore's secret attempt to
Half
kill
the
off all the
school.
Hufflepuffs and Slytherins.
Based. Survival of the fittest, my dude.
Survival
the strong
of the
survive.
fit. 1 point to every student that survived the troll in the dungeons.
Oh god.
Sir, the entirety of Slytherin House was down there. Oh dear, how many points did Slytherin get? 400, sir. Damn it, they all got out. I mean, wonderful.
Well, look, everyone forgets that the
Damn it.
Hufflepuff's common room is down that way as well.
Yeah.
No one cares about the
No,
Hufflepuffs.
but yeah, no one
Yeah.
cares about the Hufflepuffs.
True.
It's
True.
like honestly, the fuck, like the only well, Cedric Diggory existed. He existed.
And he
Yeah.
died.
I would
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
like to point out that apparently the Hufflepuff's dorm room is in a wine cellar of a school for
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Like, what's the
Yeah.
one place no one's ever going to remember? Let's put the Hufflepuffs there.
Yeah.
True.
No, it's like as
Okay,
well, like,
here's the
Cedric
thing. By the way,
Diggory's
just
dad,
another thing. I was
Yeah.
annoyed with the level of like none of the students behaved except for like Draco rationally
like
about
students.
this about the how like if you've ever been in high school,
Right.
there's
Well,
two
yes, we
levels
all
of
have our
engagement.
adults here, apart from Remy.
Oi, fuck
There
off.
are
I'm done with high
two
school.
levels of engagement
Yeah.
in school activities and teams.
Yeah.
There's the rabid lunatics who are like upholding a tradition,
And the
Draco,
ones who don't care.
Ron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like, well, actually, no. I'm trying to think. Who was the one who was the most chill about just talking to whoever, not caring what house they were from, etc., etc.
No
like,
one.
Harry was basically the chillest in that thing because
Yeah, but-
like I
House
said,
Unity was never really covered because the other 3 houses didn't really exist.
well, Luna existed.
Yeah, she had whopping 5 lines.
Did she? Was that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe 10. Something like that.
More
Not
lines than
much.
Daphne Greengrass.
Oh, hey.
No,
Yeah.
she's completely fanon.
I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
He
Her name,
exists. Are we
her name was
talking-
Like,
mentioned
literally, there's
once.
like some people whose names turn up once in the entire fucking thing.
Yeah, Daphne
You
and
mean Tracy Davis, Daphne Greengrass, every
Yeah.
woman that is involved in the mass harem?
Blaze the
in
Bonnie.
films, there's like a register with a partially covered names, which is where we get Lilith Moon from.
Blaze
We
Zamboni.
also get Faye Dunbar, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, also,
something like
I would like to
Um,
point out, speaking of characters that had lines, what's her name? Something Black? What was that? No, sorry, Brown. Something Brown. What was her name?
Lavender Brown.
The one
Yeah,
that,
Lavender
Ron was all
Brown
over
was
in.
Lavender Brown until the 4th movie, and then she was Lavender White because she had lines.
True.
Was
That
she?
is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's
wait.
true.
There's also, was it Crab or Goyle? Or was it
No,
someone
that
else?
was like literally.
Oh,
I
no,
think
no,
something
no,
happened
no.
to the actor, so they replaced. him.
Yeah,
the
yeah, the actor
actor-
went to
actor-
jail. He went to jail for something.
He memed a little too hard and dropped some pipe bombs to the London riots in 2013.
He did a little trolling.
Just doing a little trolling.
We do a little trolling here. Oh boy, legit brought pipe bombs.
I mean, he was just
I
living
mean-
up to his character, you know?
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be a terrorist no matter what.
Yeah.
I was raised to be a terrorist. I damn well
Method
am gonna be the
acting.
best one that you can ever.
I
possibly
actually
get.
do love, by the way, that I don't know like how much this affected the kids because like this really might have affected the kids quite harshly, but the kids ended up being the characters they played as, which
Yeah, it's like how
Yeah.
Fred and George, the actors got the roles for Fred and George was by literally sneaking out of school to go to the auditions.
Oh,
well,
you
I
didn't
mean,
know
not
that
only
Fred and George
um,
aren't actually brother?
Yeah, we're aware.
I'm playing. I'm playing.
Yeah, I do know they're not real life brothers.
No, I'm saying like Ron went on to just give out free ice cream.
Van, yeah.
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 Hermione went on to become a empty egg carton.
Feminist icon.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I
Annoying
said.
politician speaks at the UN. Oh God.
Yeah,
the
annoying
fuck?
politician, empty egg carton, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And
At
then,
least she had actual power in the wizarding world.
and then Harry
it's
goes
like
on to
everyone
get
knows who
two.
she is now. Everyone knows who Emma Watson is, but everyone kind of forgets that she exists in between the time she makes an appearance.
Pretty much,
Hey,
yeah.
now hold on a minute. People also forget who Daniel Radcliffe is until he's makes yet another indie movie
Oh,
famous.
Until he shows
shit.
up in another fucking, Twitter picture of like, yeah, I just saw Daniel Radcliffe with guns stapled to his hands in bear shoes.
Is Daniel Radcliffe okay?
No.
No, actually, if you look at interviews with him like outside of like the crazy movie, the dude is doing fine and loving. Because here's the thing, he just does weird, obscure films that make a pile of money because Daniel Radcliffe is in them. He has a blast, and he just sits back and does whatever he wants with the $6 billion he gets every time another like movie channel goes, "Hey guys, let's run the Harry Potter series again."
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't like Hermione like waste all of her money already or something?
No, they
No idea.
Sneaky, literally they can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because of the way royalties work, they will make money every single time.
That's unfortunate.
True.
Every time a new deal is worked out for like, I don't know, TNT to show all of those movies for Halloween or ABC Family or
the
some,
whole
one of
crazy
these
movie
places.
thing is Daniel actually spoke on the whole crazy movie thing, and the reason why I did that is because he got lots of offers from other movies that like wanted to cast him in the same sort of role of Harry Potter, sort of underdog hero thing.
The first thing I can remember in man, fuck off, you fucking moth. Oop, but that went splat.
He just
Murder.
killed a moth.
Oh my
Murder,
God,
she wrote.
he killed Moth!
Moth down.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Man down, man down.
Yeah, like the first thing I
Many,
remember
many
seeing,
bucks.
the first thing I remember seeing him in is was it Frankenstein as Igor or something?
Yeah. He's literally taking
Well,
all...
because I saw the meme of I saw the meme of him like if Harry was Snape's son or something.
Oh god.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, no, he was saying in the interview that he basically took all the roles because he didn't want to be Harry Potter anymore. He wanted to be known for literally anything else besides being Harry Potter, and it's like... He also, like, realized that he's gonna forever be Harry Potter, so he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do the dumbest fucking roles in the stupidest fucking movies.
And it still worked out for him.
Yeah.
So
Sure
that
worked out well.
one fucking movie was
I mean, the
death
thing is,
battle
a lot
with
of people get
guns.
like a pretty decent actor in their like shitty indie movies, so it works out for those indie directors who have like
Yeah.
you know whatever.
Well, because
fucking idea
Daniel
they
Radcliffe,
have.
do you want to play a man with guns taped to his hands?
A nail.
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe, do you want to play a fucking like a man who's a Swiss Army knife, literally?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
I will do it.
Yeah, so anyway, Harry Potter's dead and shit, and he wakes up on the ground. And, yeah, secretary
Oh god, I
comes
just realized
over.
it's one of those nights. We're
Yeah.
still on this because
Yeah, don't
We
worry,
all
we're just
would
gonna
just-
get through it. So anyway, he's in a waiting room, and he picks up a magazine, and then the secretary comes out, and she's like, hey, Death will see you now. And Death's like, oh shit, you're back again. He's like, fuck you,
Guess
you
who's back?
kid.
He's yelling
Stop
at him. He hasn't
dying.
got a fucking clue what's going on. It's like, well, what in the name of the nameless thing?
Blah, blah,
Some
blah,
kind of
blah,
fetishist, mentally
blah,
deficient, blah blah
blah.
blah. I'm like, he's like, the fuck is this bitch screaming about? I've got no memory of this thing.
Yeah, so
Who's a fetishist? And is it Arn? Is it definitely
No,
Arn?
it's Lupine. He's the fetishist. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Oh, fair
Lupine's the
enough.
fetishist. Yeah.
African
Everyone's
tribal
a
religion be
fetishist,
like.
just not everyone knows what
Name
their
a fetish,
is.
Lupine has it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Not
At least
wrong.
he's
There's a lot-
honest
there's
about
a lot
it.
of fetishes I don't
We
like.
know-
I like some pretty
We
weird
know,
fetishes.
we
but
know
I'm not gonna
Arn
go into
wants
that
to be
right
domed
now.
by his mommy, by his
Look.
big mommy.
Yeah,
On-
we can only dream, Stannis. We can only dream.
God, you people are disgusting.
Yeah,
Oh, my
so
real
blah,
mommy, you
blah,
fucking retard.
Blah, blah, blah,
Nah,
blah,
Arn is just a real nigga. That's just what it is.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
We out
Which,
there.
if you haven't forgotten, I am black.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
could not possibly care less.
Too bad.
Yeah, so anyway,
You know,
blah, blah.
sneaky.
Blah,
You cannot put the
blah,
black tag on this
blah.
stream
Nothing.
because we have Stannis on board.
Yeah,
Yes.
only Stannis can say anything.
Yeah, no, you can actually like tag racial things
Oh,
now.
that's right. I can tag racial stuff now.
Yeah.
That's so fucking stupid.
Oh, it's great.
Don't-
I fucking love it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
It's the dumbest
Do it.
shit in existence. Oh, what was it? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Asmongold is trying to get bald added as a tag in.
Oh fuck! I hate him.
Of
so
course
much.
he is.
That's
Hey,
hilarious.
hey, come on,
and
come
I
on.
applaud
At
it.
least that way I
applaud
can
it.
easily find Northern Lion.
That's fair.
All right. So wait, we've already
Considering
covered this one
balding is a
too. Wait,
thing, they
fucking
should.
hold on.
Yeah.
Purpose for living. Yeah, no, we've already done this. Right?
Oh god.
sounds
Hang on.
familiar.
Drop the link and I'll check.
Can we
That
not
sounds
do
familiar.
the XD fix? Because there's a point where you get so bad that it's not even worth
Yeah,
reviewing
we've
it.
done this twice. This is the third time I've added this to the covered fix section.
Good job, Sneaky.
Ow.
Sneaky moment.
Like, literally, there's a
Truly
point where fix
bumfuck
gets so
moment.
bad and so tropey bullshit that it's not worth your reviews anymore.
Also, here we go. Let's do That's Hell You're Walking Into by Jackie Avocado. Why
Oh,
do I know
no.
that name?
Oh, I'd say it's hell we've
Oh,
already walked
Dude,
into.
he's the guy on Shadow server.
Oh!
Shadow keeps posting retarded quotes from him.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's why I know this.
Yeah. Absolute fucking dog shit.
Did we cover
Well,
this
really
one
Really
yet?
inspired by
I don't
King.
think we have.
No, we haven't. No.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's a Fates-Day Night story, boys.
thing is,
Woo!
I saw
Yeah.
Taylor Hill there. I know which fic it's referring to. But
I
the
feel
first
good every time I don't know the fandom inside and out. Just makes me happy, you know.
Oh, don't worry.
Understandable.
The first thing that pops in my head isn't Shadow's fic. It's that one where
Yeah.
Harry's raised. Harry, fucking still on that fucking. Shiro's raised by Kotimine, and he ends up summoning Jack the Ripper.
See, I like any fic that Jackie shows up in. I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Understandable.
I think if
Adorable.
I remember rightly, Rin ends up summoning fucking Francis Drake or something, and it's all over the place.
That's
Tainted
That
Ash
sounds
was-
fun.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty decent fic. It just ended up dead.
Yeah.
Usually
There
the
was
case.
one where Shiro ends up in Campione and ends up summoning Jackie, and that one was funny because Jackie
Was it?
murdered a lot of people.
Oh, that sounds good. Drop me a link for that at some point.
It's also been like dead for 7 years now.
yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like
On that
sometimes.
fateful night, a boy that should have stayed dead in the fires of evil came back. A hill of swords transformed into an endless world of flame, containing the ultimate weapon. A sword turned into a blade. Wait.
That's
Wait a minute.
shit.
no, hold on. That my brain had to stop for a minute to try to comprehend that, and it's still, it's
Wait.
displeased. It's displeased at what's trying to be asked here.
Yeah, wait, hold on a second. Let me just.
No, that's
Look,
okay.
all I'm gonna say is right now my brain is just returning a divide by zero error.
404 not found.
So there's swords that aren't blades?
I
Spear
suppose.
blades. I suppose.
Not every blade
Wait,
is a sword.
of course, guys, this is about the legendary Excalibur Beyblade.
Oh, no, you're
Hell
wrong.
yeah.
No, guys, we are approaching this from the completely wrong level. This is clearly a British sword.
I like my
Yeah.
idea better.
It's a modern British sword.
It's a
you know.
modern British sword.
Oi,
you
mate,
know?
you got a license for that red knife?
It's basically just an iron pipe.
Ah, yes. Can we
True.
do my idea? I feel like that'll be less painful to the soul.
Fucking Shiro Emiya pulls out a Beyblade. Let's duel.
No, it's time to rip. Let it rip, or whatever they.
No,
say on
it's
that
time
shit.
to duel. You have to get it right. If you're gonna
It's like
butcher
Yu-Gi-Oh!
something, you have to go the full length. You know, he has to get the Beyblade from Professor Oak so he can fight off the aliens from the third impact.
True.
All of that has to happen.
On
So that he
Total
can
Drama
eat-
Island.
Oh, yes, perfect. So okay, has anyone
Canadian.
redone the entirety of Fate Stay Night or actually just any of the Fate series? Has anyone redone them well? Just as just with Yu-Gi-Oh mechanic, like I summon Saber in attack mode. What the fuck? What the fuck? Where did you get cards? Where did this arena come from?
Why is this thing on my arm?
Like I said, the closest thing, the first thing that popped in my head there was the one where it was the Monty Python one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was funny.
Monty
That was a funny Fate story. I will
I've
say
seen a
though,
one shot where it's Lord of the Rings replaced with the Fate Stay Night characters.
I
but that was,
am
like,
almost
one shot.
worried because my brain has spawned this idea, and I'm almost worried that it's a true idea.
Oh,
What
Um,
idea?
oh fuck, oh god.
That someone's rewritten Fate Stay Night to take place on Total Drama Island.
Oh no.
Because I feel like both fandoms are retarded enough to spawn at least one person that has tried to do that, where it's literally just Total Drama Island, all the characters of Total Drama Island taking place on Total Drama Island, but for some reason, they're just reenacting the entire plot of Fate Stay Night. For no
What's
apparent
Total
reason.
Drama?
Because you know how common those stories are, where it's just like, yeah, this is a
Yeah.
Harry Potter story, except it's like all Naruto plot. And it's
We
like,
got 2 hits.
why?
Sneaky, what's Total Drama?
do you
Basically
mean?
a game
It was an
show
American DB
cartoon.
show. Stop asking
Oh.
No,
questions.
it's
All right,
Canadian.
So,
Sneaky, spin the wheel.
quite
Which
a
of
long
these two?
time ago. Oh wait, what do you mean? What are these two? What?
Which of these two? That's it. Those are the 2 hits on fanfiction for that crossover section.
Oh no.
Oh lord.
Are you sure? No, you forgot to take off the rating filter.
Oh, you're right. I did forget to take off the rating filter.
I took off the rating filter. There's still only 2.
Yeah.
To no one's surprise.
Well,
Well, to be fair, it is Total Drama Island.
that one's in Spanish.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Total Drama Fate. After the challenge in the Alps, Noah stumbles upon the summoning circle in Total Drama Jumbo Jet and summons a servant just as he's attacked by another servant. Soon, Noah learns he is now part of the Holy Grail War.
Isn't that convenient?
Oh yes.
Okay.
I
when that
appreciate
happens-
the idea that they just kept a summoning circle around in the jet and no one had found it yet.
Yeah. I will.
That
I
would
will-
make so much sense with that guy.
Hey, what's back there? It's the bathrooms. Great, I need a shit. No,
That's
no,
the
no,
that's the room
No,
for the
no.
Total Drama Summoning Circle.
Huh? Hey, one of the cast members needed the bathroom. That's in the locked room in the back, right? No! That's the summoning circle!
God fucking damn it, brain! So instead of the
Sneaky, no.
Eisenburns, another master shows up. Dimsdale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, and he's done with your dimma shit.
He's gonna wish for there to be a Dimmadome in every country.
Using his Dimmadome patented summoning circle, he summoned the Dimma Berserker.
It's different from
Dimocles.
the regular berserker because it's got all the strength but none of the deficit.
Dimocles, with the power of money, he's now in a fancy suit.
And
Base.
the more money he spends, the stronger he gets.
He's not Jewish, calm down.
Oy vey.
No, that's the more money they
Oh
collect.
my god. Please, I want to be paid. Let me have my money.
His theme
Oh,
song is
please,
Havana
they've
Gila.
said- you all have said so much worse on this show. I'm clean.
I have not.
Alright, everyone but Gray has said so much worse on this show.
Attention, all
Thank you.
pimps, players, and pain purveyors. It's your main
Hey,
homie,
this is only my 3rd time here.
Avocado
Yes, but you said so much
Sama.
worse.
Oh, Lupine, you literally said shit about cocaine and hookers the last time you were on.
Did I?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes, you
He
did.
doesn't even remember!
No, I don't.
Must
Oh
be all the
lordy,
business.
here I go again, throwing myself into the deep fire of all mankind's evils. Why is that separated? Mankind is one word. Also known as the Fate franchise. So this fic was inspired by Distorted Shadow. Distorted Shadow,
Oh,
we need you to come
no.
on here and
Oh
apologize.
no. Wait, hang on.
Someone call him.
Shadow.
Someone call
Shadow
him.
needs to get on here and apologize. All I wanted to do was play around with Shiro's past before the fire, so you can consider this
He could
fic
be
an
asleep
AU.
Right now. It is 10 to midnight.
I mean, he is
10 to 1
online
in
on
the
Discord.
morning.
He's online on Discord. Like
Yeah.
That
active.
means fuck all.
Shadow! It was an evening in a small alley. Wait, is Shiro's parents about to be shot?
Possibly.
Oh no.
Getting the Batman treatment.
Where his dad worked. Oh no, Shiro, get down!
Alright, hear me out. Hear me out. Bat Shiro.
Batshit insane, Shiro.
He
No,
sat
just
slumped against a cold.
COVID, Shiro.
He had been helpless to stop the bullies that had relentlessly picked on him since he and his family had moved to Fayuki months ago. There was
Aw.
3 of them. Their appearances didn't matter.
no,
Which
I
is-
think they'd matter a whole awful lot.
I really don't think they matter at all, but also a child wouldn't be like, there are 3 bullies of mine. Thine appearances do not matter. no other names for whence they exist. It's like, no fucking
True.
kid's gonna be sitting
It's
in an
like, they're
alleyway
probably gonna
being
end
like,
up dead in like 3 chapters.
yeah, also story dead, 3 chapters, 15,000 words. Literally, Gray has
Ooh,
written
surprise.
one-shots longer than this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Grey is Grey,
Yes.
but yeah. Wait, hang on. Was that 15k words?
Yeah, 15k.
Even ship is longer than this shit.
Oh,
That's
is
not
that
even done.
seriously near 15k now?
It's like 16 or 17k, dude.
Jesus.
I'm gonna check, but I
The
haven't
only
looked at this
thing...
in
Story.
years.
That was the 2-shot. Was about 50k words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that concerned him was that they had taken his toy sword. So this is actually something I actually genuinely hate about the Fate series, is that they for some reason apply post personality Shiro to pre-fire Shiro, and literally, like, this is the only thing in the Fate series that has any concreteness to it, is that Shiro doesn't remember his childhood.
No, he does. He just represses it. That's actually canon.
Really?
Because at one point in the light novel, he actually goes to where his old house was.
Really? I
Yeah.
have never heard about that.
Yeah, it's like literally like 3 lines in the visual novel.
Oh, that'll explain why I've never heard about that. I probably fucking
Like,
skipped
yeah,
through
like
it.
literally, he does remember, he just literally suppresses it.
Okay. Still, they literally say that he, like, lost himself, effectively, in that fire.
Yeah. Basically, he became an entirely new person. It was more of a death of the self rather than a
Yeah,
literal
like,
death
just
that
because you
everyone else had.
remember your childhood... Sorry, I
Yeah.
phrased it wrong. Just because you remember your childhood doesn't mean you're the same person as you were when you were a child, which means your personality
yeah.
would be different. Also, the
I was
fact
an
that he
annoying
had
little bit
literally...
as a child. Now I'm taller.
Also, he had the fucking sword, the sheath of Excalibur shoved
Avalon.
into his soul. Yeah, Avalon. He had
Yeah,
Avalon shoved into his soul, and it's just like, yeah, that's probably not going to affect his soul at all. Totally
Yeah.
not.
Sneaky. Ship is 16,181 words long.
Then finish
Currently.
it and post it already, you bastard.
No. Maybe, but no.
Get your
Post it so
fucking
Sneaky can poke
waifus
fun of
into
it.
the world. Create
Yeah.
the universe in which you have written.
Yeah, well, I would have to write first, and I've kind of sworn off that. Not gonna lie.
Well, then drink until you just forget about
For
it.
moral reasons.
Moral reasons.
Yeah, I object morally to, well, writing in general, and especially fanfiction. It's against my religion.
You're not religious.
Exactly. Yeah,
His
like
religion is not being religious.
I'm not religious, but it's still an affront to my god and all of nature.
All
honestly.
right, but what if you're an affront to my god?
Well, too bad. Fuck your god. I don't give a shit.
Well, restart a new crusade.
Yeah, come and get me.
Got any oil over there?
Yeah, actually, a lot of it. Come and take it.
American Crusade.
That's
No,
what it
the
is.
Americans
Instead of
call it
taking the holy
peacekeeping.
city, they took the holy material.
Exactly. The holy
Americans
resource.
call it
The
peacekeeping.
holy oil.
No, okay, no.
The fuel of life.
We call it peacekeeping for you uninformed schleps. Here in America, we call it what it is: getting some more oil for daddy.
So recently I heard that
That Israel.
Canada has dropped its democracy, and I also hear they have lots of oil, so I'm just,
Yeah.
saying.
Well, that's the thing is, because America isn't actually a democracy. I think
Yeah.
it's like more akin to a republic, isn't
We,
it?
we are a
Yes.
republic. We are a democratic
Yes.
republic, specifically.
We are in fact a democratic republic.
Mm.
Indeed.
Which means we
But-
vote for the
well-
people that vote for us.
Yeah. The Canadians, though, they've just like suspended their elections entirely because of COVID.
Yeah.
So,
Well, no, not because of COVID. Due to present dangers currently in the world.
Yeah.
They actually never specified COVID specifically because they want to extend it past COVID.
Mm.
Only, of course. Canada's fucked. honestly.
Yeah, Canada is beyond fucked.
The world is fucked. Don't even try and paper
Yeah.
it over.
I don't know, man. Luxembourg's doing pretty good.
They'd be vibing.
To be honest, I forget Luxembourg actually exists half the time.
Yeah, that's why they're doing so
It is
good.
Luxembourg.
Exactly.
It's a bit south of UK, I think.
Okay, Shadow, now that you're in
doesn't
here,
even know.
apologize!
Yeah, apologize,
Oh,
you
yeah,
fuck.
that was a thing.
You're responsible for this. Directly.
I hear no words.
Shadow, don't
Silence is
don't
not
want
an
me hitting up
answer.
your village and knocking on your door.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna
Break
kick down your
opening.
door!
The English are coming. Oh fuck, oh god. Scotland forever! Alba
I'm
Gobra.
not Scottish.
Yeah, so
Yeah, well,
anyway, yeah, blah
too
blah
bad.
blah, edgy, blah blah blah, Shiro, the one true hero of justice as a 4-year-old. And then his dad stood before him, and Shiro looked at his dad, and he looked at him, and he said, "You little pussy!" I fucking wish I was joking!
Oh my god.
Yeah. We live in a society.
And it isn't a good one.
Indeed.
It's a collapsing one.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Bring! Rin Tosaka's alarm clock blasted, making its annoying existence all too prominent. Rin was a beautiful woman with large boobs and large legs.
Dumb.
No, I'm just
like
kidding.
it.
Yeah,
That sounds
he didn't
wrong.
actually put that in. He did say
Yeah.
beautiful woman though. He did make sure to
I'm actually
mention
looking at
that
this something
Rin is
completely
pretty.
different. I'm just listening to what you guys are saying right now.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sure you are.
that's
Yeah, that's basically
The
how you
old
do it.
sneaky flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually did say beautiful woman though. Like that wasn't an exaggeration by me. He
I just
literally
really think
did.
of the song.
He literally did just say beautiful woman and hair and eyes, and she's very pretty. And then she glared at the arm clock with a sneer. It's like, bro, what? Yes, I too glare and sneer at my alarm clock.
God damn it, Nexus.
Oh God, what did Nexus say? The narrator's Joe Biden. Now listen here, you. I just,
Dog-faced pony soldier.
back in the day, we respected.
Oh,
We
hold on. I
respected-
got it, Mr. Biden, your teleprompter's not on. Hold on.
We respected women with the 2-hand rule, where you put both your hands on her melons and you give them a hunk.
Based.
I feel uncomfortable.
That was the point, yeah.
That's the point of Joe Biden talking. Everyone feels
No
a little
wonder
bit
I don't
more
like him.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Why couldn't she sleep in today? She used way too much magical energy deciphering her father's will, not to mention she did so in the late hours of the night, meaning she was dead, tired. In her sleep-deprived state, she stared at her alarm clock, the arrows pointing at 7. But she set it for 6:30. Wake up half an hour earlier for spare time. But alas, those extra minutes were already used up. She groaned into her pillow as she bargained with herself. Sure, it was bad to be late, but she could be late just this once, or at very least get to school at last minute. She was a good student, and no one would mind just this once, right?
That's not how that works.
That's definitely not how it
Especially
works
not
in
in
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan is anal about that.
Very
Now,
much
listen.
so.
I have what's called a cool boss who, as long as we text him and tell him why, he's like, yeah, whatever. You all have flex time as far as I'm concerned, so just work.
Based. Work sets you free.
Financial freedom, maybe.
Yeah, it
Is
was
that
an
a-
Auschwitz joke.
Oh, that's a real picture. Why?
What? Oh, did you check the politics channel?
Yeah, I regret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You're not gonna want to mention that picture on stream.
Yeah,
And I'm
no,
not gonna share it on your
not
server because
gonna,
I think
yeah.
Atin or Max would just like
Yeah,
nuke me
they're
from
gonna
orbit.
be, yeah. That you mean if anything, put it in the banned section.
Yeah, right. I have permission. Great, excellent.
Yeah. That's Yep.
There you go. And DJ corner.
So
it
anyway,
fits.
basically what the first chapter is, so the first chapter is super long, and the narrative efficacy is already really garbage from this author. It's very boring, very dry, very little emotion in any of his writing. And basically, he's also, not only that, it doesn't help that he's flipping basically he gets through 2 paragraphs, and then he flips back to the other point of view, which is also a flashback, by the way, to like 7 years ago. And then like he gets through a paragraph of the flashback, and then he flips back to the present in Rin's point of view, and then he gets through 2 paragraphs of Rin, and then flashes back to the flashback again, and then gets through another paragraph of that, and flashes forward again, and then flashes back again, and then flashes forward again,
going on here.
and then flashes back again, and then flashes forward again, and then flashes back again, and then flashes forward again, and then flashes back again, and then flashes forward again, and then flashes back again,
flashlight.
and then flashes forward again, and then flashes back again, and then the chapter ends.
Amazing.
This entire chapter is actually 2 chapters mashed into one with the narrative competency of 0.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's already established.
So now that we've done the flash
Inspired by
round,
Distorted Shadow.
Yeah, inspired by Distorted Shadow. I just want everyone to know that Shadow here, Mr. Shadow, the guy in the chat that you can all see in the chat right here, the word Shadow next to his name. Yeah, he is responsible for this story existing. So any complaints you have with this story, do not direct it towards the author, because that'd be harassment. Please direct it towards Shadow, as he is fully taking responsible for everything that this author does.
Yep. Pretty much.
Well, I'm seeing his mic flash now. He's trying desperately to speak.
He hasn't actually said anything yet, but his little circle's been going green a lot.
No.
He is desperately trying to defend himself. Yet,
or give out his email to take his punishment like a proper man.
Or give out his email, yes. He might also be trying to give out his email, this is true.
We may never know.
We may never know. I don't think my mic's working. I think we picked up on that one.
Yeah, we noticed.
We just didn't care.
Pretty much, yeah. We're gonna mock you anyway. There's no escape.
Oh, someone did take responsibility.
Of course,
No.
Everyone that I demand that takes responsibility for their actions always end up doing so.
Sneaky always wins.
I'm just gonna quickly move this over here so we can have a permanent record of Shadow's responsibility taking. Everyone
Excellent.
can now see that Shadow here has taken full responsibility for this fic existing.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him indeed. You know what the best part is about not having anything dirty on my Discord or my browser? Is that even if I fuck up, I don't have to worry about like, oh no, I showed my hentai favorites. I don't have any.
Like, I do not understand why people, like, if you're gonna favorite that, do yourself a favor and put it in a Word doc.
Or
yeah,
no,
but that's
somewhere
effort.
actually hidden.
That's effort. You know,
just do what I do. Use a completely separate browser.
I mean, I suppose that's
You know.
true.
Incognito mode.
Nope, just completely separate browser.
So, how familiar with Percy Jackson is everyone here?
Too
I've
much.
read up to about halfway through Mark of Athena.
Oh, excellent.
Very little, which means too much.
That means you'll all love this next fic.
just got fed up with it.
Should I know?
Didn't we all?
With the OGs.
Didn't we all?
Plus the amount of absolutely shitty Guardian of the Hunt fix that just spawned.
Oh god, yeah. No, I have actually seen so many Artemis apologists.
Yeah, no.
Listen, Artemis in that terrible person. Artemis in Hades, best waifu.
Wait, Hades is your waifu?
No, Hades the game.
The game, yeah.
Okay. If that's the thing.
It's a roguelike.
It's a great
Okay.
roguelite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
easy.
I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, it's not hard.
I think I actually might have heard of that.
Yeah,
I mean, it
hope you
was
did.
one of like
I'd
the
be very
best
surprised
rated
if you
games on
hadn't. It's
Steam
quite
last year.
popular.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
game of the year?
I think it won like at least one award on Steam last year. It released in
Yeah.
October.
But you
Reign
probably
of the
actually
new
look at
Proto-Genoi! He's been
Okay,
through
does he even know
hell.
what
Get
those-
away
those
away.
actually are?
Huh?
Is this just guy who's like randomly Googled something and thought that'll make a great fic?
Yeah, I don't actually know what the fuck a Proto-Genoi is, so yeah, let's Google that.
It's what came before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Proto-gene, something.
Okay, here we go. We got a Proto-Genos here from the Rick Radorin Wikipedia. A Proto-Genoi is known as a primordial god, and they are the
Right.
first race of immortals in the Rick Radorin universe, and they were the ones
So
directly
it's one of
born
these
from Chaos.
stories.
No, Chaos is a Proto-Genoi.
No, Chaos is actually above Proto-Genoi.
No, because Proto-Genoi means the first generation, basically. So it's like the very first
point is
immortals who were
what?
the first beings to come into existence.
Anyway, so unlike the
very
Titans,
first of which was Chaos.
the Titans and the gods, Proto-Genoi are essentially sentient aspects of the universe itself and have absolute and total control over that aspect, and thus can never be killed as they will always be believed in. Proto-Genoi can manifest in physical forms, as seen with Gaia, Oranos, Tartarus, and Nyx. They can be banished from manifesting in this world physically, but their consciousness can never be destroyed. Even the power of Kronos' scythe and other weapons of immense power are ultimately only able to disperse their physical forms and can never truly destroy a Proto-Genoi.
Well,
Interesting.
I can already see where the fuck this is going.
Yeah, I can really
And
see where this is going.
It's going downhill
Hey,
right
look!
into a
It's
trash
Remy's
can.
dream!
I mean, that is kind of based, yeah. Not gonna lie.
well, there's a rainbow there.
Okay, well,
Here's Nyx.
I mean, the rainbow was stolen. Let's be real here.
It kind of was, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah, from the Christians, and well, by the Christians from other people, but you know, that's just how it works.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
the only religious group that matters is mine.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Remember, intolerance needs
Wow,
to be tolerant of intolerance.
Well, I am not fucking surprised by this. There is only one instance of a
Nice.
demigod ever overpowering a Proto-Genoi, demonstrated by Percy Jackson defeating Achilles, although this may only be because of his affinity with water and liquid. So what is Achilles? Achilles?
Mystery and poison. Yeah, well,
Misery and poison. Interesting.
Sneaky's liver be like, yeah.
Interesting. So Achilles was
Hey,
defeated.
it's a woman. We have the protagonist of a story beating up a woman.
Yeah.
Get those
Based?
for the,
Based?
for the activists on
Also,
that.
Let's
on top of
fucking
that,
go.
the woman is the progenitor of poison.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a woman.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Misery
Like-
and poison.
What do you expect?
Just
And
reaffirming.
it's just really interesting how water beat. You know, actually, no, never mind.
No, go ahead,
no,
finish that one, Sneaky.
No, I think we can all figure out how water ended up beating a woman.
True.
Well, I can understand poison a bit with like it diluting and washing it away.
Oh,
all that
she's
sort of
technically,
thing.
she's actually technically the concept of misery in the Rick Riordan universe.
Yeah. So how does water beat misery?
Water
See,
make
because
monkey
water
brain
didn't beat
happy.
misery, Lupine. Water beat the woman behind misery.
But no, it's not a woman behind misery. It's the woman is misery.
Your point is
I-
what?
It doesn't make sense,
Exactly.
and that's canonical.
Yeah, that's canonical.
Exactly.
Yes.
The canon doesn't make any fucking sense either.
Rick Riordan's
That's-
canon
All
makes
levels
no
in
sense.
fucking Percy Jackson make no sense. Because you
No
have like
shit.
Percy struggling this, that, and the other, and then
Hey,
literally
you know
having,
what's
like,
gonna make you?
collapsing a
You know what's
fucking
gonna make you
mountain
hurt
later
even
on.
more? You know what's gonna make you hurt even more on the inside? 3,600 favorites.
36,800 Beyblades.
Favorites.
Oh, favorites!
Come on, Lupine.
I was thinking. I thought her inside.
No,
had big
you weren't
Beyblades.
thinking.
Let's-
You weren't thinking.
It's got
Let's be real here.
it's got 2,000 reviews. Holy shit!
Like,
2,000
almost 50
reviews.
chapters.
Dear Lord. That's a bit too many. Let's be real here.
Not really getting any good reviews out of this one.
No.
Just a lot of bitching.
And a request
Well.
for smut.
Yeah.
Well,
some bitching,
you know,
some bitching.
Percy Jackson do
bitching,
be like that.
bitching.
And like
Gymnasts
nanny?
aren't
no,
strong.
This isn't even a Japanese
Oh yeah, here we go.
crossover.
Here we go. Gymnasts aren't strong, not in the same way a warrior is. They don't have the proper muscles for swinging weapons, nor do they have the sheer strength that is required for fast movements needed in battle. We're talking about.
That's
True.
That would
It's
depend
true.
on what sort of gymnastic would be, because you can get upper body strength, you can get lower body strength.
you can
But,
get.
I mean, working out in general will help you, but
Yeah, but the problem
not-
is the difference between being a gymnast and applying that to a sort of battlefield scenario is
that it's not a one-to-one conversion.
yeah, and not only that, you're going to be wearing armor. You can't be doing kick flips and shit. The second
Well,
depending on which
armor's
part of
not
Percy
actually
Jackson.
that heavy. But yeah.
no, we're not talking about Percy Jackson here. We're just talking about reality for
Okay.
this. For this
Even in
for this
reality,
second.
Armor is not that heavy.
No.
I mean, I'd
I've
like,
worn armor before.
I'd like to see you do a fucking flip with one. With like
I
full
have done
chain
it
mail,
before.
full plate mail on.
Yeah, no,
it
it's
wasn't
not an
Well,
Well,
issue.
given that I'm neither a gymnast
It's
nor
not
do
an
I
i-
own plate
Atten-
armor.
Atten, it's not an
Yeah,
issue
that's-
of weight. It's literally an issue of you're turning a bunch of stuff that is meant to be held one direction in the other direction.
Yeah, plus armor is
And-
hot. It is very fucking hot.
Yeah,
And
that
it's,
too.
you know, metal, it's not that bendy. And when you're trying to
Any
contort
idea how many
and do
pieces
shit,
go into making a set
Yeah.
of
Oh,
armor?
quite a
I
bit.
am
But
aware.
the other issue is that plate mail specifically is actually post forging hardened to specifically block blows.
Redirect more than block, but yeah.
Well,
That's why
both
the chest
depending
plate
on
is
it.
curved.
Yeah. But I mean, even if someone comes at you with a hammer, it's like warhammers
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
like fantasy warhammers.
No.
Like actual
No, no,
real
no,
life
no, no, they
warhammers are
protect
effectively a
theirs.
ball peen hammer on a really long stick.
Yeah, it's like the beak on a warhammer. It's got like points on it. It's like it's bloody. It's more pointy than you'd think.
No, I know,
It's
I
not-
know.
it's
The
not like fucking
halberd
Thor's
exists for a
hammer or
reason.
something.
Yeah, the half axe.
That's
Yeah, I'm
bullshit.
aware of the various pointy sticks that humanity has created in
Mm.
pursuit of killing other people. But my point being is that you really can't be doing gymnastics in the middle of a fight, and even if you were a gymnast, you would specifically have to train your gymnastics to be used in a fight. Like you couldn't just be like, I'm gonna do a ring toss high flip and then stab someone. You would literally have to make gymnastic moves oriented around killing people, not taking, not
Yeah, I
just
mean-
hacking killing people onto the gymnastic move.
Okay, yeah, I mean, because some of that stuff does exist. I mean, I'm going to post you a link now. Don't watch the full thing, it's too long. Of like some sort of like acrobatic moves and like spinning attacks and all that sort of thing. being used in a tournament setting. So that sort of stuff did exist, but one, it put you in a very disadvantageous position if
Right.
you failed, and two, it's not the sort of thing a standard person would do.
Well, but also tournaments, you really can't use anything used in a tournament to be any sort of like, oh, they
Yeah.
might have used this in real life, because the problem is with
Yeah.
tournaments is you don't die at the end.
Yeah, and plus, in actual armed combat, it's a mass of barely trained soldiers, barely to mid-trained soldiers. It's
Yeah,
not this
okay,
sort
yeah.
of elite sort of group thing, so it's like, that's why the spear always wins.
Yeah.
Because it takes
Long
no
stick.
training, it's easy to produce, it's cheap, and you can give it to peasants and they can stab people.
All right,
with it.
guys, you know how to
Hold
use this?
long
You put the
stick.
pointy end in their direction, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I love the spear, it's my favourite weapon.
Yeah, we are aware.
Humanity, figuring out how to make sticks even pointier.
Or like when we decided that archery was too complicated, give man point and click bow.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Yep.
crossbow.
Which,
then they
And then we
gun.
decided the crossbow wasn't good enough, thus the arbalist was invented.
Yes. Bigger
And then
point and click
gun.
bow.
the Arbalist was my friend in War of Roses. That was a good game. I missed that game. I missed that game a lot.
There's so many games I wish I had done.
The Viking one wasn't as fun, which was the basically spiritual sequel from the same company. But I did get really good. I picked up the perk in that game to throw your two-handed weapon as if it was a throwing weapon. And so I would pick up 3 two-handed axes and I would just go around one-shotting people with two-hand axe throwing.
Yeah.
Chad.
That reminds me of what I used to do, actually.
But we're not talking about gods and magic, so that doesn't matter. I'm just tired of every MC being a scrawny whelp that when they should look more like Captain America. That's, you know, okay, that's actually a fair enough complaint in stories. Is like the main hero that's doing all these crazy moves really should be looking more like
having a swimmer's build.
right. Like they all look like fucking Harry Potter when they really should be looking like Captain America.
Yeah.
Should be more like a Nord Berserker.
They should be more
Well, the thing
based.
is, in medieval times, knights were fat. They were expected to put on weight because it's more material for a weapon to go through before it gets to anything vital. So,
Well,
like,
I mean, not only
Yeah.
that, just big dudes in general just hit harder. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if it
so
was
that's
fat
why
or muscle.
Americans have
yeah, it's because
highest
force
ability
equals mass
rates.
times acceleration. If you put more mass on, it's more force.
Yeah, like Shadiversity actually did this recently, where he had himself a scrawny dude and the guy he calls Big Bill, and Big Bill's like a solid foot on him.
Yeah.
And he's like pulling in at like 340, and he's like, "All right, Bill, hit this thing with one hand." And he takes the stick and bashes the training dummy with one hand. The training dummy goes flying backwards.
Yeah.
It's
but
like, yep.
it's a matter of leverage and force, and the more mass you have, the more force you presume, because force equals mass times acceleration. It's much harder to get your acceleration high than it is your mass.
Big man
So
smash.
become fat, hit hard.
I mean, it's also way harder to tackle a fatter knight than it is a skinnier knight, because I mean, you
Yeah.
know, again, more mass stopping you.
Yeah, I do remember rugby. Yes.
Good times.
Hmm.
Anyway, so he's been through
All I'm gonna say
hell.
is there's a reason that Wilson Fisk tosses Spider-Man around like he's a fucking chew toy.
Okay,
Because he
but
is.
Wilson Fisk is also an absolute fucking unit.
Yes, he is.
You are not incorrect.
Like, if this man had to take up D&D squares, he'd be taking up 2.
Yeah. He is large. He is not medium.
All right, you know what? I have to go see if anyone has statted Wilson Fisk. Sneaky. He's clearly got monk levels.
You know, obviously.
Wilson
Unarmed strike.
He's been through hell. Literally. He saw things
No, he
that...
hasn't been through hell, because hell is Christian.
Exactly. but he saw things that shouldn't be known. But the truth had to come out. See, this is another thing that I really hate about this.
Oh,
fandom.
someone statted. I guess he had stats for some other game, but no one's made a 3.5 and/or 5e stat block for this unit.
I would like to see a Shadowrun
Sad.
stat block for him, to be honest.
Oh yes. I mean, he fit right in.
Oh, absolutely. So this is something I actually hate about Percy Jackson stories, is that commonly they'll use Christian stuff, terms, stuff.
Synonyms.
Yeah. And not only that, I'll sometimes see stories that are like, hey, you, what if Christianity was real the whole time? It's like, no, Rick Verdorn actually, canonically, in person, came, and this is one of the few times I'll take Word of God and be like, fucking kudos to you. Same time when J.K. Rowling came out and said that I didn't put guns in my story because guns would fucking wipe wizards across the floor like a goddamn mop. Rick Verdorn came out and said, Christianity does not exist in my story in terms of a spiritual power that has gods associated with it, specifically because it would be too strong and I wouldn't be able to tell a story with it in it.
Yeah, because he doesn't really use the monotheistic religions, does he? Because he
Yeah.
uses the pantheon-based ones, like he uses the Egyptians.
Specifically, all of the ones that are split up with their powers, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I suppose that would make a very diverse form of storytelling.
yeah, because he literally can't do monotheistic because if you have a power system based on belief and you have, you know, the belief being separated into 20 gods, but then like 4 times the number of believers all concentrated on one god, it's like, gee, I wonder who's gonna fucking win in every single fight.
Yeah, the one that's omnipotent and omniscient, specifically, compared to the ones that have got like
Human
the
foibles.
one who's got a domain of childbirth and virgins.
Oh, in this corner we got Hestia, queen of the castle, and we got this corner, fucking God.
We got Yahweh.
And Yahweh has snapped his fingers and Hestia no longer exists. Well, that's all, folks. Come back for next time.
When he fights Zeus for 30 seconds, 29 of which are spent posing.
By Zeus.
God was the first JoJo.
They had to pull Zeus off the small girl.
Oh god.
Why?
This is actually Joe Biden.
No,
It didn't
Zeus
go
of the
there.
horse and the bull.
Now,
and the
I have to
small
really
boy.
say, I actually genuinely miss Manga Ventures. That was actually a great little comic. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. It ran for 5 chapters on Imgur.
Nope.
Don't.
Uh,
I think I
basically,
have. I just don't remember it.
It was the 2016 elections. It was called Heavy is the Crown.
Nope. Nothing.
Yeah, so
The first thing that pops in my mind there is Looking for Group, and I haven't read that in years.
oh god. Yeah, unfortunately, Looking for Group got woke.
Yeah. It started off with genocidal elves and a weirdly charismatic murderer, and then it just got weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
but again, you can get that feel back as long as you go ahead and reread. Oh, son of a bitch! What was that Final Fantasy one, Sneaky?
What?
The one with like the Final Fantasy like 1, 2, and 3 characters.
Oh, yeah, I've read that one. 8-Bit Theater?
Yes.
Yes, I loved that.
yeah,
That was
yes,
amazing.
yeah. Yes, with Red Mage, yeah.
Yes.
No, specifically, so Heavy is the Crown, basically, he wrote the debates as if they were JoJo stand battles. It sounds dumb as shit, but how he drew everything and the lines he used, it was just great across the board. There was so many references in it. I was like, oh wow, this is so good. And then unfortunately, he got harassed really, really, really hard, and he ended up stopping.
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah. Anyway, so his trust broken, his world a lie, and one betrayal after. And one betrayal after another. He was the
Uh,
greatest hero, but now
Yeah.
Olympus has lost him, and with that, set up their own end. A reckoning is coming, and the lines will be drawn. A new king has come, and with him a new era.
I suddenly realized where all those follows and favorites came from. Dear
Percy
fucking
times
Christ.
Rhea times Hestia!
All right, place
gonna-
your bets, everybody. Is this in fact just
Oh,
the
Lord.
Hestia from? Is it wrong?
Danmachi.
Two girls.
What?
Yeah. Is this just the Hestia from Danmachi?
Why? Wait, why would it be Hestia from Danmachi?
Because that's
Because-
the one everyone
because
seems to
that's-
think of.
Everyone's
Yeah,
horny
like-
for her.
I know it's not labeled a crossover, but it's just gonna be her. Is my
What?
point.
Yeah, it's like
No,
whenever everyone
Hestia
thinks
is
of
a
Hestia
major
now, they
character
think
in
of,
Percy Jackson.
The dungeon one.
Yeah, we know Sneaky. We're just saying that most retards would have the mental image of anime Hestia rather than
I mean,
Greek
I
goddess.
guess. I'm just saying, though, if you're in the Percy Jackson section reading a story about Hestia, you're probably not thinking about Danmachi Hestia. You're probably thinking about the story Hestia and the section of the stories that you read.
No, that's what a sensible person would do.
Yeah, they're in the
Have
fucking
you
Percy
forgotten
Jackson
what the
section.
tagline of this show is?
Oh, no, I'm aware she's going to be out of character. I'm just saying
like-
is that she does have a character. Like, it's not like it's not a Daphne Greengrass situation.
We're not saying she doesn't have
No.
a character.
Yeah,
Sneaky.
we're just saying. That
We're
people
saying this
associate with
author
a more
is
popular
trash and
concept
low
of it.
class.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Right, anyway. Do you know what always amuses me? Do you know in Percy Jackson where Artemis walks around as this little girl all the time?
Our NC-18 fix, NC-17. What the hell is NC?
Age category.
Yeah.
If we'll read any
Adult
fic
content.
that follows fanfiction.net guidelines.
Yeah, but like you're saying, do you know Artemis when she's portrayed as this little girl? It's like the statues of her are always her as an adult. It's
Oh, well, no, she's not actually just portrayed as a little girl. She does have an adult form. She canonically turns into a little girl specifically because of the younger children that are in her hunt in Percy Jackson.
like her child rearing and grooming skills must be.
Oh no, her
Child
grooming
grooming
skills.
skills.
No, honestly, no, really, her grooming skills are off the fucking charts. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
some of the Asians.
She has a fucking cult.
Oh,
Joe
she
Biden would
straight
be
up got a
jealous.
cult. Yeah, no, it's really impressive how she can take girls from really bad houses and convince them that all men are evil by just only introducing them to one man. Honestly, it's
Well, the thing
incredibly
is, like,
impressive.
some of them didn't even have their issues due to men.
Wait,
But
this
they
sounds
don't blame men
familiar.
in the end, anyway. I mean,
Honestly,
she has
the most
created
shocking
current
aspect-
generation.
The most shocking aspect, and honestly, according to statistics, the most shocking aspect of Artemis's hunt is apparently Artemis managed to find every single lesbian that doesn't abuse their partners.
Yeah, that's impressive. Honestly, well done on her for that. Because she must have gone
I
deep
think some of
fucking
them she
diving
gets,
for that.
'cause it's like some of them she gets when they're in like single digit ages.
Oh,
doesn't she? So I don't think any of them. Would be
I think
interested
6
in that
years
sort of
old was
thing.
the youngest.
Yeesh.
No, I thought it was like 16-year-old was the oldest.
It's a crime.
6 was the youngest, I'm saying.
Yeah, so like she gets them really fucking young.
Yeah, she gets them young and she trains them
That's
right. Yeah, she trains them real good.
yeah. Hello, CPS.
Hello, CPS.
Now that would be a
come
one
alright.
shot of a fucking lifetime. CPS is called on Artemis.
I'd like to file a report, thanks.
You know,
Well,
the
it's like, look at
CPS,
this one.
the punchline at the end is the CPS get the ATF involved and they end up killing everyone.
No, they end up killing her dogs.
Well, no. Remember, because she turns men into the jackalopes and stuff, doesn't she?
Yes. Canonically,
She turns men into rabbits, basically.
canonically, she also did in fact turn one man into a woman.
There's also that
Transsexuals
story
molding.
And
literally,
on
there was-
top, actually, it gets even worse than that because on top of that, canonically, Artemis says trans lives matter. This was part of the later section of the Rick Van Doren novels,
Yeah.
and
Unfortunately.
when did she say that?
she doesn't literally say trans lives matter, but she at one point she defended having a trans woman in her hunt, even though she can just turn people into women.
Well, look at it this way. Look about because do you know is it Arius and Aureus or something like that? The two bear men thing. Because what happened is there was this woman who was told that she needed to have sex by one of the gods or something, so she fled to Artemis to become an eternal virgin, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
So it was like swear off men.
Yeah.
So like the god cursed her to fuck a bear and have 2 kids from it.
Uh-huh.
And then Artemis basically tossed her aside because she was mind controlled and like
Oh yeah, that's the other. That's the other
Greek
part.
gods are terrible people.
That's the other really awesome part of Artemis's cult is even if you are raped by a god and literally can't do anything to prevent it because it's a fucking god, you're still at fault and therefore kicked out of the cult. It's like, bro, what?
It's like imagine being one of her hunters for say 500 years. You've got no connection to the modern age at all.
And then like
It's
you know
like-
just Zeus out of nowhere up the butt, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're not a virgin anymore, and you're gone. Bye. We're never gonna talk to you again. You've been scrubbed from all records.
Yeah.
Your file has been deleted. Please do not return.
Please look into
Your
this
save
light.
file is now corrupt.
Yeah, no, see, the whole why you would expect Artemis to be a TERF thing is actually why Rick Van Doren ended up including a trans person in the hunt, is because he didn't like Artemis being called a TERF.
Ah, yes. Oh, the virtue signal.
I'm guessing that's some sort of acronym.
Yeah, trans radical feminist basically means it's
Oh,
a
trans
feminist.
exclusionary radical feminist.
Right,
Right,
exclusionary
okay.
radical feminist. Basically, it means
Yeah.
a feminist that believes that men are men and women are women, and that if you cross men into women and women into men, you lose the definitions of what women is, and then therefore you can no longer advocate upon a gender-based bound.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Which is
to be honest,
actually
it's the one
probably
that-
the most
fairly
sensible.
reasonable.
It's honestly the most
Yeah, like-
sensible thing I've ever heard a feminist say.
Like I said, if
Yeah.
science was possible to do like a complete biological change
Yeah.
in literally
or you know, a
woman,
magical one. You know.
yeah, or like the same like literally brain transplants which don't work because of what happens to the nervous.
you know,
Yeah.
brain. The
Yeah,
brain's
if
also
that was
different,
literally
so it wouldn't
possible,
work.
then, okay, you're a woman now biologically.
Yeah.
You don't have the experiences of a woman, but you are biologically a woman. I will call you a woman.
Yeah.
But that's like I'd say probably at least decades away.
A little bit. Yeah.
I mean, that's quite literally impossible without like making a completely new body.
That's something like brain transplant sort of thing.
No, it wouldn't even, because male and female brains are different. Like, they're differently wired and they're different internally, so it wouldn't even work.
Yeah.
I would say like
that
one
would
of the
be- So that would be some
The
sort of
problem
transfer
is that right now
consciousness.
we don't scientifically know enough
Yeah.
about the trans nature of people to accurately come up with a quote unquote cure. Because the problem is that we've actually found
There
that
is a cure.
well, yes, I'm aware. We've
Yeah,
actually
haha,
found
funny.
that around 82% of children that experience body dysphoria of the gender variety actually stop feeling that by the time puberty is over. And
Yep.
because
Everyone feels some form of body dysphoria as their body.
Wait,
is
hang on.
changing.
Let me pull up the fact sheet here, Sneaky.
Yeah,
I have it
yeah.
on hand.
and the thing is that the
Yeah,
rest of them
88%
Yeah.
lose that belief. And hang on, where was it?
don't quote
There's-
the
No,
forbidden statistic. Do not quote
No,
the
no, no,
forbidden
no, no. I'm
statistic.
not quoting the forbidden statistics. Hang on. Something like 90. I was it 99 or something. Never mind. I'm not finding it, but there's like a statistic. I think it was 99.8% of teenagers who identify as the opposite gender change that opinion by the time they're 24 or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
that too. Yeah,
It's
Yeah, but
literally
it was
nobody
82% by the end of
trans.
puberty, and then like 92 by because the brain actually
Yeah.
stops forming around 24. So like once you've actually fully finished,
but yeah.
yeah.
Something like that.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
turns out that if you actually just let it run its course, the body is really good at correcting errors. And yes, transness is an error. I'm pretty sure
Well,
even trans
that's
people would
fine.
agree with me on that one.
Yeah, but that's like, you know those glasses where it makes you look like everything's upside down,
Right.
and then your brain literally corrects it so you see things the correct way up now,
Yeah.
and then when you take them off, it has to correct again.
Yeah.
That's literally exactly the same sort of process.
Yeah, except like in
Sort of.
Anyway,
this
I
case,
feel that we should
Yeah.
move
you,
on.
like you
I feel
put
that
on
we
the
should
glasses,
move on.
and then you
Since
get an
Sneaky
eye
still wants
surgery
to get
turn
paid.
your eyes upside down, and then you can't turn them back later. That's the trans problem.
Yeah, there's that too as well. Yeah, eye surgery is
Yeah.
kind of permanent, and so is other such permanent surgeries.
Yeah.
That honestly, I
Shock
don't
your balls.
recommend on a just permanent basis. Just period. Just any surgeries in general. Even
Yeah.
LASIK, I'm not really too big of a fan of LASIK either. Obviously, that
Yeah,
because of
I wear
the
glasses.
dangers involved in LASIK, doctors
Yeah.
are really, really careful about who they recommend to now.
Yeah.
But you know,
Like my grandfather takes LASIK surgery, for example. But he's basically blind already, so it doesn't really matter. Like
right.
Yeah,
he
if it
sees
goes
pretty
wrong,
much
it's not
nothing
going to
anyway.
affect him particularly
Yeah.
negatively.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I found out that I can't get LASIK, even though I have vision problems.
unfortunate.
I actually can't get LASIK because my vision problems aren't my eyes.
Well, yeah, our Sneaky, our vision problems are neurological.
It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's
Which,
like,
that being said, I do in fact tell my doctor every single time. I'm like, listen, if there's some kind of like fix the brain tissue thing, sign me up.
Yeah.
I don't care, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 possible outcomes. I turn into a vegetable, in which case I no longer care.
True.
Yeah. Pull the plug.
My vision gets fixed,
True.
or I end up with some kind of scanner with some kind of psychic powers.
This is also, this is fair enough. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot option 4, which is like the 1%, which is it fixes my vision and gives me psychic powers.
Oh, that's true as well.
To be
The
honest,
doctors
that's like
didn't
how
really
one
appreciate my sense of humor
unlikely.
when I went in for my wisdom teeth removal because they had to drill them out. They were like, they were originally going to give me Novocaine, and I was like, oh, how many shots of Novocaine are we talking about? They're like, oh, probably 30 something. I'm like, okay, well, look, doc, can you put me on the gas? And they're like, are you sure you want the gas? You're like, there's a 1% chance of you dying. I'm like, look, either way, I'm either going to wake up with my teeth removed and no longer having that being a problem, or I'm not going to wake up and it's not going to be a problem. So either way, I win. And he really did not appreciate my dark humor.
Like, literally, last time I was at the hospital, which was actually fairly recently for surgery, they had to give me extra doses of the anesthetic, and then they couldn't give me any more because it was wearing off too fast, and literally my flesh was literally bubbling out with anesthetic.
Yeah, no, I actually woke up an hour before because they had to give me a double dose of the gas, and I woke up an hour before they thought I was with just a single dose, and they're like, "What the fuck? How are you awake?"
Yeah, mine were like that. They kept giving me extra doses until they literally couldn't legally give me any more.
It's just like, bro, man, I got a fucking iron liver. You gotta pump me with that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want the Novocaine, because I knew there was never going to be enough Novocaine in the world to numb my mouth to get a fucking drill shoved into it. So
yeah,
at that point, they would actually be better off feeding me alcohol, because also the Novocaine would not make me brave enough to have a doctor stick a fucking drill into my mouth. I would just be like, oh god.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's got knee problems. He's had like 3 failed operations on his knee, and he drinks basically all day, every day, because of the pain.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm just really not enthusiastic about any sort of physical surgeries.
Oh yeah, I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed in August, early August.
Yeah,
I can't wait. It's gonna be great. I mean, at least I'm gonna get like fully knocked out.
I mean, look,
and
if you
unlike Sneaky, I don't have an iron liver, so I'll be out for probably a bit longer.
also, yeah, they also
So
gave
it'll
me
be fine.
Oxy. They straight up gave me fucking Oxy. I'm like, whew, that's fucking Oxy. Because they thought I was gonna be in excruciating pain. And I'm just like, so when's the pain supposed to kick in, Doc? And they're like, well, you been 3 days. Have you been taking the medicine? No. What?
Certified Sneaky moment.
So I just had for like the longest period of time. It's like only now post realizing. I ended up throwing them away, disposing them into the medical waste drop off. But I realized that because I knew 2 drug dealers. I'm like, I could have totally fucking pawned that for like, it's like $5 a pill. I could have made some fucking money off of that.
Yeah.
That moment when $5 is amazing.
Well, no, they gave me
Well-
like 30 something pills. So that's like $150. I'm just like, I could have made some bank.
I've been out there blinging.
But you know, I didn't sell them. I ended up disposing them in medical waste, and it was
Yeah.
only like 2 years later that I'm like, Sneaky, you fucking dipshit. You can't even do illegal things correctly.
True.
A figure walks slowly across the desolate and cold ground, the tormented screams of the damned echoing over the hills. The atmosphere is dark, as shadows seem to crawl and hug him, caressing him as he nears his destination. And a destiny greater than any could have known. His posture is tall and proud, even as his heart beats a sand song.
What?
What?
A sand song?
Yeah, it's a
Well,
sand song.
Okay.
I see.
His
It's not an expression I've heard used before.
hidden underneath a thick cloak. Betrayal.
What do you tell me, Lupine?
One of the worst feelings any could experience. He sacrificed so much for them all. To
Do you know,
end.
this sort of
And
writing
in
makes me
the
think that people haven't
end, it didn't
actually
even
suffered anything at all.
matter. I wish I was
felt this
joking.
way before, so insecure.
Yeah, literally just replace the entire first 4 paragraphs with that fucking song, and you basically have
Linkin
these
Park.
paragraphs. Like,
Yeah,
not even shitting you.
yeah. It's like, have these people actually ever suffered something?
No.
Most likely, most of the authors we've seen, no. Not at all.
Like, the biggest suffering was when their mom didn't deliver the tendies on time.
Yeah, my mom came home with the tendies late, so I hit him out of her hand and I screamed at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know
It was
real
being
stuff.
glass in the face and a knife through the ribs.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I used to live in a pretty rough area.
Britain, I mean. What do you expect?
Well, yeah,
I lived in the
we were
Camden
once known as-
suburbs.
yeah. We were once known as a posh family because we didn't swear. Yes, while I was playing football in a field where there's drug needles abandoned everywhere.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like Camden.
That's just standard.
Yeah.
Let's
Damn, I
see,
sure love living in a first world
His life
country.
had been ripped apart at the tender age of 12. Every year had been one hell ride after another. Each time his sanity and hope coming dangerously to a cracking point. Well, sir, you should have really restored those sand points if you were so close each time. Can I suggest alcohol?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, or Holo live streams.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think Hollow live streams were around when Call of Cthulhu was made, though.
Well, sucks for him.
It amuses me that I've hardly gotten into the VTuber thing. It's like there's 2 of them that I actually like that I've really seen so far.
Who'd that be?
Yeah.
Juniper Actius is one that I actually quite like.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And
Oh, the
who
moth
the
girl,
fuck
yeah.
was this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck was the other one? I think I like some of the fruit stuff I've seen. The BS apricot.
Fair enough.
It's like most of them just like absolutely glaze my eyes over, especially the ones with what was the name, Zentria or something.
Oh yes,
That one
yeah.
just-
The
that
rest
one
of you show, Joe.
annoys
Yeah,
me.
pretty much. Yeah.
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 Generally, the rule is
I
if
do
it's
like
on Twitch, it's a
Haruka's voice,
thought.
though. I do like Haruka's voice. Haruka Caribou, I think it is.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never heard
she's
of
alright.
these. I don't. I do too
Yeah.
much of my time. I'm already wasting too much time not writing, doing other things. So I really don't spend to Gray's
Well,
consternation.
It's really weird because, like, literally out of nowhere, my YouTube feed was just absolutely full of VTuber stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's because the
That's the rabbit
algorithm.
hole.
3-4 days. It's just full of like prehistoric animals and plant stuff.
Yeah, it's because
It's
the
kind of this
algorithm
trial
picked
I
up
think came from.
trends, and the current trend is VTubers, so it's gonna spam VTuber shit to everyone, even people
But
who have
like,
never
since
heard
the
of it.
VTuber stuff's starting to die down, I'm just like getting loads of is it PBS Eons stuff?
Yeah,
It's like, I'm
I've been
literally
seeing a lot of that popping up in my feed as well. Yeah.
and Lee Evans, and Lee Evans.
Yeah, so anyway, blah blah blah. My life sucks. My life's horrible. I had to go on adventures every year. Blah blah blah. He should have felt crushed. His fatal flaw should have rendered him immobile and tearing his mind apart. Yet nothing happened because he was too strong.
Sure doesn't sound like it.
24 hours earlier.
Dun, dun, dun.
Good. Both Lupine and I had the exact same fucking idea.
I mean, you're both morons of the highest caliber. So yeah.
Hey, whoa, hold on. 24 is a great show.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it used to be. He looked
Sure.
around his cabin, blah, blah, blah. Everything he looked at made him sad. He liked to gaze at the moon, and now the moon hates him. Blah, blah, blah. My life sucks. Blah, blah, blah. Why me? Blah, blah, blah. The fire burned low and blue. The fire... Oh, yeah, he found Hestia. Okay, I was about to say the fire burned low and blue. Okay, yeah. So the Hestia was tending to the fire and it burned blue to reflect her sad mood. I love how blue is somehow equals sad when blue's actually hotter than red.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
You know, the
Blue
curtains
is
were
high
blue, so he
energy.
was depressed.
Oh yeah,
It's like
the curtains were
teacher.
blue, indeed.
Yeah, English teacher type shit.
English teacher 101. So,
The
yeah, blah, blah,
blue.
blah, guilt, sadness, and abuse. He sat beside her, shoulders brushing, since she was a teenager now for him.
What?
Blah, blah,
Why? She's a
blah.
little kid.
Yeah, but she's, well, all the, Hestia is one of those people that can change their age as well, so now she's 16.
Look, yeah, all gods can do that.
Yeah,
Yes, she has become legal.
indeed.
Yeah.
See,
point,
Mr. Policeman,
legal out.
she was legal.
She got through her enhancement surgery.
She's at least
You get
3,000 years
pulled
old.
over by the police, right? They're like trying to arrest you for pedophilia. You're like, quick, Hestia, turn into an adult, Hestia, please. Please turn into an adult. They're arresting me. Hestia, you can't do this. Turn into an adult.
Oh no. Hestia did not turn into an adult that day.
Betrayal fic.
Hestia was the jailbait.
First, he's actually got sentenced to 11 years in federal prison.
See, now
Where he still lives
I am
with it.
actually I would be simultaneously impressed and depressed if someone could find me a story in which that exact story premise happened, where it's a betrayal fic, but the betrayal that happened was literally staged by the gods to make him get arrested for lolicon.
Now that would be something.
It's
That
like-
would be
He's got
interesting
like a party going on in the back room, and the cop comes in to see the disturbance call, and it's a bunch of like all the gods turn into the like 9-year-old forms, and they're all drinking alcohol and shit. And the cop's like, "Son, you're going away for a long time.
No, they're thousands of years
Turn
old.
back
I
into
swear.
adults, you pricks."
That would be a twist.
Dispatch!
If not-
We got a crazy individual who thinks children are adults. Do we need to take them out?
And we only have the recordings of one of his parents. The other one is apparently a sea god.
He keeps
Known
claiming that
for
his father
fucking
is
things.
Poseidon.
Poseidon, known for fucking things. Well,
Oh,
all Greeks are
God.
known for fucking things.
Yeah. You know, the Greeks might have invented sex, but Romans figured out you could have it with women too. Impressive.
Yeah, I saw that meme.
Yeah.
It's a good meme. It
Classic.
is a good meme. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. So anyway, he snuggles into her, and he reaches over and cups her chin, turning her head towards him. If anyone saw him do this, they would have thought he was suicidal. Who in their right minds would cup lovingly a goddess, especially an Olympian goddess, without their consent? Maybe he was crazy.
Is there no mention of it being a maiden goddess here?
Oh yeah, no mention of her being a maiden goddess.
Like eternal virgin sort of
Yeah,
thing?
eternal virgin sort of thing. Yeah. Normally
Besides
glowing.
which, care about fucking cupping the cheek of a goddess. It's the fucking Greek gods. They fuck anything that moves.
Now, fun fact actually is, well, no, it's suicidal to cup the cheek of the goddess Aphrodite, for example, because A, Ares will murder you. B,
Yeah.
Aphrodite might fuck you to death.
Yeah.
True. What a way to go.
Not entirely intentionally. There's going to be some intent in there. But mostly it's going to be oopsie, I broke another one sort of situation.
Yeah. Toys.
Those established bones.
Do you know what always gets me in the Percy Jackson stuff as well? It's Athena's kids are born from her thoughts with a mortal.
Yeah,
So one, she could literally have a child with another woman,
yeah.
and two, where is the male's consent here? Is Athena like one of these like great rape fuckers?
No, actually, she does explain to every guy that she dates, before she has the kid with them. She does explain the whole thing.
Is that in
canonically.
the story stuff that I haven't read yet, or the story stuff I've forgotten?
It's in the story stuff you've forgotten. Like, canonically, Annabeth herself literally says in, I think, the second book that Athena basically explained everything to her father. But the problem is that, like, she explained it in a way of, like, I'm gonna bonk my head on your head, and then we're gonna have a daughter, and I'm gonna leave it with you and leave. And the guy's like, oh, I love you, okay, whatever, sure. And then she just never, because the other part is that Athena never talks to anyone she's had a kid with ever again.
Yeah.
That's part of her
Well,
rule.
all the gods anywhere.
Well, no, because Poseidon still talks to what's her face a little bit.
I can't actually remember her name.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, Percy's mum, yeah. But isn't it like Thalia's parent, her mother? The only reason she managed to get a second kid out of Zeus is because she managed to give herself enough brain damage to think of him as Jupiter instead of Zeus or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because all the drugs and
That's how you
alcohol
got
she did.
Jason.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But no.
My God, I mean, that's gonna have some sort of fucking effect on your head.
Yeah. But no, it's the other thing is that like it goes a little bit beyond that, because like Athena mentions all of that, but the part where she tells them she's never going to see him again and speak to them ever again. So she's kind of like, hey, do you want to have a kid together? I'll just bonk my head on yours and boom, baby. And he's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And she's like, boom, baby, here you go, bye, poof. It's like, wait, what?
Does this mean Athena's a black father?
Yes, she definitely does. She's the goddess of black fathers.
Yeah. Excellent. We figured it out. And there he figured it out. Excellent.
It is 2 a.m. and I am drunk.
It's
Yes.
3 a.m.
Unusual
here,
amount of
mates.
alcohol.
It's
And I have drunk an
8:55 and I'm
unusual
not drunk
alcohol.
enough. Hoorah!
True. Hoorah, brother.
Yeah, so, anyway, so he's basically manhandling Hestia, and Hestia glowers at him with dull-lidded eyes. Checking her cheeks for the bruises.
What?
What?
Oh wait, is Percy a wife beater?
Actually, did he grip her?
No, is Percy a wife beater? Does he gotta keep the backhand strong?
Oh lord.
I'm leaving. She opened her mouth to speak, alarm and concern filling her eyes, but he placed a finger over her lips to stop her.
Uh-oh. Rape time.
I know, all of it. Her eyes widened as he continued. I know
It
what's
is time
going to
for
happen.
the struggle snuggle.
It's time for the struggle snuggle. And I need to leave now, but that doesn't mean I'll be gone forever. But they'll kill you if you try to run. If they can catch me. But they don't know where I'm going. And if they did know where I was going, they wouldn't follow. Where are you going? I can't tell you, Tia. Gonna use pet names already? Man,
Oh,
author,
Lord.
you're really laying it on really fucking thick. And you think I'm joking about the pet name thing? The author literally says he interrupted using her pet name.
I have
That
several
pet name
concerns.
doesn't even make sense. Tia.
As Tia.
Yes, it is the second half of her name, but it
Yeah.
doesn't sound.
Well, I
You know,
mean,
it sounds like shit. Yes, we're aware.
Yeah.
Yes.
no shit. That much is obvious. The author has zero literary talent.
Yes.
What else is new?
He saw the hurt in her eyes, but continued on. I know you won't betray be like them.
Hang on, is this tagged as what I think it is?
Is it angst?
Oh, no. It's adventure
and
supernatural. It's not
If
hurt
I remember
comfort.
rightly.
Ah, okay, see, yes.
Yeah.
He spat out the last word, them!
I'm gonna say the N-word.
He said them!
Oh no. They, them. That's not Hestia's pronouns.
No, them. You know, them.
Oh. Hava.
Them.
Nagi.
You can hear music in the distance. It grows closer.
Wait.
But you not knowing will keep you out of harm's way. But believe me, I'll come back someday. Why? Because you've done so much for me. How could I not do this for you? I give you my blessings.
You are a wanted terrorist. Why are you coming back for me, you fuck?
You are a wanted terrorist. It's not a racial issue. You are a literal wanted terrorist.
You're on the FBI's no-fly list.
He chuckled
They
at
know
her
where you live.
reasoning. Blah 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 blah. Warm scent of campfire. Hugged her. Laughed at the pout the goddess sent his way, but nearly had a heart attack at what she did next. What she did next, you might ask? Well, she grabbed his face and brought him close and gave him a big old smooch on the lips.
And I think I'm out now. It's 2 a.m. Bye bye.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
that was too much.
and Percy's like, man, women, I'll never figure them out.
Women, huh?
Jesus Christ, author. Holy shit. Both based and cringe pilled.
Yeah. It's impressive how they manage that, honestly. Some authors can just, like, rotate between based and cringe so fast.
How can such an individual be so based yet so cringe? So anyway, he walks to the camp and he's like, man, this is a lot of depressive shit, and he's like, walks through the camp.
Oy vey.
Yeah, he walks through the camp after invoking them. The author even put emphasis on the word them. Back to the present. He left those
Yeah, that's a
memories
great moment for
behind.
Nose here to show up, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right? He already missed many of them. Oh, he missed them. Ooh.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh,
Percy,
shit.
what did you do?
He's been sogged.
The ones that did him no wrong. His cousins, Tia, his mother, a spare few others, but he would see them again in time. And he lay before his destination now, a pit that dropped into the worst abyss, but it was a place that the gods fear. There wasn't a trip.
You okay there?
He's not.
I'm just dying. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a common occurrence then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess this is it, he mused, as he inspected his own hand for a moment before speaking in a strong, clear voice. I, Perseus, Theseus, Jackson, hereby revoke all ties to Poseidon, god of the seas. Thunder crackled even though they were underground. He felt his body slump for a moment as the decent amount of strength left him, but his resolve remained strong. His resolve was tested and wasn't found wanting. His once again sea-green eyes seemed to dull before they took on a hazel orange flame within them. His pitch-black hair turned brown as his frame glowed with earthy green and fiery orange. Huh, it looks like Rhea's and Hestia's powers mix well. I'm out of my mind in what I'm about to do, but then he plunged into the darkness that awaited him anyway. So that was the first chapter. Pretty cringe, to be honest. Honestly, it should have gone a lot longer. So not memeing. This is me not memeing for this story. So as far as as I could tell, the spag is in general good.
Possible. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no clear errors beyond a couple typos here and there where he got B and me and, you know, those little tiny stuff, sand and sad. But that just looks like to be auto correct errors.
Yeah, maybe diction. I don't know.
Yeah, or
Something like
some
that.
sort of diction going on there or something. I don't like the usage of ellipses because they are not being used as extended pauses. The way he wrote the sentences, they're just being used as delays, which a comma would have done just fine at the job of. Nearly none of these ellipses are actually moments of extended pause. Maybe the first one was, but even then he's not using it properly. He's using it as like a separate word. He put a space after the word and then an ellipses when it's actually supposed to be ellipses directly after the word, no spaces in between them. The chapter definitely should have gone on for far longer. There really wasn't a hook going on here. I would recommend, again, this is due to the short chapter length, the 24 hours prior flashback section, you should have just started with that. Just should have started with that. There was no reason with this short of a chapter that you should have that the flashback had to be in the center of the story, with the two present times being in, you know, the first and ending. Like, there is no reason for that. Their chapter is nowhere near long enough for that to be working. Not only that, it also sort of broke up the hook, because the problem here is that this story fundamentally has no hook right now. The summary does a decent job of actually making you read, to be honest.
It's not the worst, but
it's definitely not the worst. It's definitely not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying this is like a solid 6 out of 10, maybe. Like this.
It's not an I don't know how to write summaries.
Right.
Please read, or longer summary inside.
This is definitely a scenario where the author knows how to write a summary that doesn't just tell you the entire fucking plot of the story. However, this is also a case where the author is writing a fairly bad summary, and that you're mostly just reading to see the premise of the ideas that he teased in the summary and title of the story, and not so much because the summary itself actually draws you in. On top of that, so far, it's very meh. And I'm not going to say the premise, because the premise never actually made it into the first chapter. That's the other thing I would recommend, is the second chapter is, I'm assuming, what the premise is about, and that's got to be merged into the first chapter. Because right now in the first chapter, you have nothing. You have Percy is sad. He looks around. He's sad. He looks at Hestia. He's sad. He says goodbye to Hestia. He walks away sad.
Assault.
Yeah, some sexual assault went on. And then, then he's at the pit of Tartarus, and, cuts his hand, and he's like, fuck Poseidon, and then suddenly he glows green and orange, and he's like, all right, yeehaw, and then jumps into the pit.
Yeah.
Well, again, that is actually a good ending to a chapter if the chapter itself was longer, if there was more going on. And I think you could achieve that effect by just, like I said earlier, moving the 24-hour flashback to the beginning. And that would have given it more flow, and you would have been able to achieve the effect you wanted, with the hook being now fully formed, in that something's going on, people are after Percy for something, he says goodbye to Hestia, he's got something going on with Hestia, Hestia does something to him that makes him glow orange, he goes to this place that you don't know about yet, and then right at the end, it's the pit of Tartarus, and you're like, oh shit, it's the fucking pit of Tartarus, oh man, and then he renounces Poseidon, and he starts glowing green and orange, and now that you know, because again, the author, this is something the author did right, so credit where credit is due, the author shows that the orange glow from earlier is actually important, because now Percy is glowing orange, which means the green is also important, and I mean, obviously, if you looked at the character listings of Rhea showing up, duh, it's Rhea, but for the purposes of ignoring the character listings and pretending that this is just a story you're reading, it's green, who could it possibly be? That's a mystery, that's a hook. So, overall, honestly, it's a 6 out of 10 story. There's honestly not too much. I know I made fun of it for being cringy, and I said based and a bunch of shit like that, but honestly, it's an okay story. There's nothing egregiously bad. There was no ridiculous
It's an okay
claims.
start.
Right, okay, yeah. It's an
We
okay
don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
We have no idea what the fuck happens.
Which is definitely why I said...
First chapter,
Yeah.
it seems okay.
It seems like the author knows somewhat of what they're writing, how to write. Maybe not what they're doing, but definitely they know how to write. Not write well, don't get me wrong, not going that far. Just they know how to write, which is definitely a bar higher than what we normally get on the stream.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's 9:08, and it's time for closing. Closing time. Play the closing time song in your heads, because I'll get copyright struck if I do that. So, but anyway, we'll be here on Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, because there is always more, and it does always get worse.